You know that I was a gangbanger? So you know, all blood neighborhood, homie, the only white motherfucker. I did go to jail, and I did do 18 months, but never smoked, never sold, and got out the hood. Because you know why? Character fucking counts. That's the gangster, dog.
I coached JUCO for 20 years. Left Indy, Netflix, Last Chance U. The way they decided to depict me, and I decided to start my own shit, my own show on the realest show on Planet ERF, the Coach AB show. Didn't know who I was going to have as a co-host. So about 6 years later, I decided to hire Big Smitty, Naptown's finest. I found the best young producer in the biz in Big Bailey. Now we're on the brink of becoming the biggest show, the realest show, and the best show on the internet. Just like I did unintentionally while being filmed on Last Chance U, raw and uncut. Coach JB and Big Smitty every single day, 6 to 9 a.m.
I'm kind of a fucking big deal, bro.
What up, what up, what up?
Sports Encyclopedia. Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut. Yeah. Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran. No fucking stupid, we ain't losing. Grind like something to prove it. Came to conclusion that is proven. Yeah, I'm proven with a reliable source straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to your side. Worldwide, we in your city. Keep it 150. We never change what's happening. Hurdle and get it cracking. No capping, we never lack it. Light them up, you motherfuckers better be ready to play. I should have stuck his bitch ass in the face.
Gay shit, homie. I'm so tired of these fucking gays playing football in my sport. How did Mina Kimes get there? Well, guess who her husband is? Why are you allowing this broad on your network that doesn't know shit? Do you know what a 3 technique is?
No.
Okay, but you know football and talk football, and it's okay. That's why I can't speak to women in football.
You fucking slap dicks, issues get pressed so past it, don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown, killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap. Smitty and Jason Brown, we killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
To put the fear of God in these motherfuckers!
What up, man? We are in the building. It is Free Game Friday. We got a loaded lineup today as I rock the house solo dolo. Sean King will join me in the first hour, but before that, it's going to be an all-white delegation. It's going to be a white delegation before Black Ice joins us, as AJ McCarron will hop in here and rock the house with me in the first hour. And then Big Matt will join us in the second hour with Big King. And we might have some special guests joining us with them as well. Free Game Friday seemed to be the day now that we try to do it without Smitty. So we don't tell Smitty that we get the big guests on Friday. So we do that just to spite Smitty for missing. So that's how we kind of do it. But anyway, we got a loaded show today, man. It's Free Game Friday. We've got a loaded one. Like I said, AJ is going to break it down, rock the house with us today. He's going to spill the tea, if you will, on why the UFL dropped both the Stallions in Birmingham and the Houston Gamblers and a good friend, Kevin Sumlin. They will no longer be in the UFL. We'll break that down with AJ, plus the latest on Alabama and the SEC with him. And Big King will join us with Big Matt. The NFL is reminding everyone that this league is about one thing and one thing only, and that's business. They only stand on it. Let's start in San Francisco. Deebo Samuel is back. After all the drama, the trade, the change in scenery, and going to Washington, got fat little baby body, and everyone's saying the relationship was dead. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch picked up the phone and said, come on back home. Funny how football works. 1 minute you're expendable, the next minute you're exactly what you need. Injuries change everything, and so does desperation. This is a bad look. This is how bad the 49ers are down as an organization right now to bring back Deebo. Another bad look for Lynch and company. Why get rid of him in the first place? I mean, I'm confused on how Lynch is this great GM that all you guys keep talking about. Because I'm confused on move after move after move that just sets his team back. But he's a great GM, coach. Shut up. What have they done? Baker Mayfield isn't holding back either. He's publicly saying he feels disrespected and undervalued after leading the Buccaneers to division titles, yet the organization still won't commit to him with a long-term deal. Black Ice, Big Sean King will join us to talk about this specifically. He's got some insight in Tampa, and we'll see. Baker thinks he's earned this. That's the quarterback market in today's NFL, though. Everybody says they love their guy, and everybody thinks they're worth the big money. They're not. How many quarterbacks are truly franchise quarterbacks? And how many franchises actually treat them like a franchise quarterback? Because if Baker isn't the guy, I got a question. After everything he's done in Tampa, then who is the guy? They don't want to pay just another guy. They want to pay the guy. I don't believe they think Baker is the guy. We'll also dive into training camp battles across the league and bigger storylines heading into preseason on this Free Game Friday, and why every July we fall in love with practice highlights that don't mean diddly shit when it comes to the season. Ask Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, etc. Every single year we see them throw a fade ball in preseason, and everyone's like, oh my God, the Bengals are back. And then Burrow blows the shit out. So listen, pause on all that shit. Wait till the season starts. Wait till we see this. Pittsburgh Steelers aren't even going to practice in pads. But what do I know? What I do know is I'm rocking solo dolo for the first few minutes. AJ McCarron will hop in here. Big King and Big Matt, if you're just joining us, pound the like button, subscribe, become a member. But let's get right into it. This show is powered by Underdog. The last day before this show transitions over, and our new proud sponsor, Kalshi. Predictor Market has taken over the Coach JB show, main number one sponsor, and hopefully we have a long-term relationship that builds, and we will start them on Monday after this weekend. So enjoy the weekend, but we're going to dive into this. I will be leaving the show a little early today. My good friend Larry Parker's funeral is today. I'll be speaking at, so make sure you do know that. We'll see how the show's cooking, but I do have to get out of here a little early. Maybe 8:15-ish on the West Coast, 11:15 on the East Coast, somewhere in that area, because I got to drive, go get the suit on, and then drive hour and a half. So we will be back Monday, though. Again, Merciless Monday. And then we'll let you know our schedule before the season. We're going to take our 2-week summer break before we come back for the football season, which is the long grind of the year. So we'll give you all that schedule update, but we're not doing that yet. We're not doing that for a while, and we'll lead right into the season, college football and NFL, with all new guests daily, plus the normal folks you're used to. But quote of the day, powered by Underdog. Woof! The moment you stop blaming people is the moment your life starts changing. Fact, not cap. Stop blaming people, man. I'm just telling you. You can blame all you want, play victim, do all the shit you want to do. It ain't changing nothing. When you stop blaming and start looking, that's when you start changing. Damn, I should be a poet, dog. I should be a fucking poet like E40. I should be a poet. Contrary to belief, I should be a poet, contrary to belief. Loyalty without accountability is just enabling failure. Contrary to belief. Loyalty without accountability is just enabling failure. Listen, I'm a loyal creature as it is. A lot of loyal people out there. We can say you're loyal. You can be loyal all you want if you don't hold the person accountable, though. You're just enabling failure. Look at all these babies out here. Look at all these kids out here doing these TikTok dances. This gay shit. Stop. I'm loyal. I've been his day one homie. No, you ain't. You letting this cat do gay dances all day. What are you talking about? Check out Brandon Ayuk. How's he looking? Where's his circle? You ain't shit if you don't fucking hold him accountable. You're just enabling failure. Ask Brandon Ayuk. Poll question. Let's dive right into it. Did Tampa just create a distracted quarterback by making Baker Mayfield prove himself again? Drop it in the chat. This is a great conversation we'll have to have with Big King and AJ. Take a listen. Does we have a video of what he said, Bailey? Did Tampa just create a distracted QB is what I want to know. Because, see, you put all this pressure on this cat and tell him go prove it and give me a prove it deal. I think you're going to have a problem here. I don't think he does well with pressure. I don't think it. I don't think people do well with pressure, not guys like this. I don't believe he has the it factor. I like Baker. I think he's a good dude. I think he's gritty and nasty, and he's a quarterback that you would want to coach. I don't think he has the it factor at the end of the day to get you over the hump, though. I just don't. I don't think he's that guy. That's all it is. Go ahead and play this.
I mean, obviously, I've told you guys I've been pretty upfront and honest about my feelings about Tampa. It being home for now our family. We're raising kids here. We love it here. I wanted the deal done and set the deadline and told them it was going to be all ball after that. And I did mean that. And I don't know if they thought I was just going to take some of the offers that they gave, but I'm at the point of my career and understanding what I've brought to this franchise. One, I'm very, very thankful for the chance they gave me. Do not get me wrong on that. But I've also I really know what I've brought to this franchise, leadership-wise, and even play-wise. It's been some of the best years of my career, and I think it's only going to trend upwards, just being comfortable and feeling that. So disappointing in that regard to not have, to feel disrespected a little bit. And that's really the disappointing part, to feel undervalued after, thinking you've earned it. This is not a poor me thing. There's a lot of other people that have it way worse off, but I can sit here and look at other quarterbacks and peers and evaluate myself based on that and put myself in certain categories that I deserve to be compensated for that. And I think I'm a franchise quarterback. I've been told I'm a franchise quarterback. It's been said publicly from ownership down here. And so to not have a deal done is very disappointing. But I said the deadline was a deadline, and I addressed the team to let them know I meant that. It's all ball. I'm with these guys. I think all the guys that have been here know exactly who I am. The guys that are new here, I wanted to address that because they might have had a notion prior to coming here about who I am as a person. But it's all team. It's all about winning here now and what we're going to do. And, hopefully Vita gets his back fixed and gets his deal done. I mean, he's the second longest tenured Buck behind CG, and Vita deserves that. He's the anchor of our defense, and so I hope they take care of him.
All right. You're not a franchise quarterback if they're not paying you, because I don't know any other franchise quarterback out there that don't have a deal done. See, at the end of the day, they pay you based on what they feel your value is. And Vita V is about to be a Ram, I hear. You guys are fucked. If he's a Ram, you guys are fucked. You might as well just keep Baker and let him do whatever he wants to do. Because basically, when you're telling me this is not a poor me situation, it is a poor me situation, Baker, because they haven't paid you, and you're now scratching and clawing to let everyone know that you're better than what they think. At the end of the day, the franchise pays who they think is the franchise. You're not him, or they would have paid you. It's real simple. You're not a guy. You're not the guy. You're a really good, serviceable quarterback. You're a journeyman, though. I mean, it's just a fact. Sean King could disagree. Whoever could disagree. He's a journeyman to me. He's a mid quarterback in a mid quarterback league, and that's what he is. That's why he's not getting paid. So, listen, will he end up landing somewhere? I'm sure, but I don't believe he's just that big time guy. What has he really done to get you over the hump as a franchise? You are in the worst division in football, the NFC South, and you've barely been a team above 500, floating above 500 at that. You're not really the guy. So at the end of the day, if you were the guy, let me just give you a few key components. You don't trade Mike Evans or let him go, let him walk. You get better surrounding pieces. It is what it is. If I have a quarterback like Joe Burrow and I know I have to pay him, do you think they're letting Jamar Chase and T. Higgins walk? If I have Matthew Stafford, do you think they're not going to re-sign Nakua and Devontae Adams? If you have a franchise quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, do you think they're going to make sure you have your safety blanket and the guy that's most comfortable around him in Travis Kelce, or get two younger wideouts as they've done with Xavier Worthy and Rashid Shitbird Rice. Listen, they're going to make sure the quarterback has weapons if you are the guy. They don't let wideouts just walk if the quarterback is the guy. He should have saw that writing on the wall. His agent should have saw that writing on the wall when they got rid of Mike Evans and they said, we're going to go in another direction. You should have figured it out right then. This ain't our team, dog. We got to get up. We got to bounce. They don't do it. I'm just telling you, they get guys weapons. They put weapons around the guy, not the other guy. And that just is what it is. You all can have your own opinion about Baker and think he is a guy. That's fine. The franchise doesn't, or they would have paid him. And listen, you can do compare and contrast all you want. You can compare Baker to Jalen Hurts and say you'll take him all day, and you can compare all this other shit. You can do all you want to do about compare and contrast Baker Mayfield. The fact of the matter is, though, one has the Super Bowl, one doesn't. You never know if you put that guy, plug and play him in Philly, would he be better than Jalen Hurts? You don't know that because he has not proved that he's really a true winner yet. He's won a fucking playoff game against Pittsburgh, and you guys are putting that on the mantle like he's a fucking goddamn 5-time Super Bowl champ. Calm down. He beat a shitty Pittsburgh team. Let's just be honest. You guys are acting like this guy is a fucking like the guy. He's really not the guy, dog. He's a really gritty, nasty, wears his heart on his sleeve. I love all that about the kid, the man. Now, but he's not the guy. He's just a guy that has to do all those things because guess what? He needs to have every intangible possible to cover up for all his deficiencies. He don't have the it factor. He doesn't have a huge whip on him. He's a little bit undersized. It's hard to see over the line of scrimmage. He's not the greatest athlete. He's good enough to ad-lib in the back in the pocket. But at the end of the day, his ad-libbing causes nothing but mass hysteria in the backfield. Look at when he gets under duress, throws picks, gets sacked. Fucking, that's what he does. He turns the football over. He's not the guy. He has a hard time looking over the line of scrimmage and throwing on rhythm, on time. He has to escape around, run around, and that's when all hell breaks loose. He's not the guy. He's just not. So it's not no knock on Baker. I'm just letting you know what he is. So it is what it is, man. But we got a lot going on. But it's Friday, and it wouldn't be Friday without the Mexican word of the day. Where's Ruben at? Yeah, Reuven. It's Reuven, not Ruben. If you're listening to any like Latina ladies with the hard, tough accent that Ruben's been around lately, he's Reuven. Dave is Dave. Dave is with a B or a F. Dave. So just so you know, that's what they say. But anyway, Mexican word of the day today is Marty. Yeah, just Marty. It's a name, Marty. Marty's from what's the name? Back to the Future? Marty. Back to the Future. Yeah, Marty. Just Marty, man. It's real simple, real cut dry. But listen, you know me. On Friday, free game. I had a little tequila to the coffee, and that's what it is. But damn, I need to stop adding tequila to the coffee on an empty stomach. I only had 2 drops, 2 shots, and I'm already drunk. Hey, Marty. 2 tequila shots and I'm already drunk. That's what it is. Marty. Make sure you enunciate it right. All right. We got free game Friday, though. AJ McCarron's going to hop on in here in about 5 minutes or so. And then we'll get to the bottom line. Let's get to the topics. Bailey, you want to rock the house until AJ comes in? You can actually read the topics. Fuck it. Be Smitty if you ain't doing shit. Let Bailey come in. Watch Bailey show at Big Matt today, later on.
Everybody.
And you got Sean Salisbury today?
I do have Sean Salisbury unpaved here at 10 p.m. Pacific or 10 a.m. Pacific.
I should have hit Sean up. So Sean come
yeah,
on.
that would have been good. People really like Sean. Sean does a good job.
Yeah, Sean does good.
But let's dive into it real quick, Coach. Niners bring back Deebo Samuel, 1-year deal. Ricky Pearsall is dealing with some injuries. From what I've heard from an NBC source, Ricky Pearsall could miss the whole season, apparently. They might not. I mean, it's a possibility. So they bring back Deebo. They got the rookie stripling. Got Mike Evans in that room as well. Coach, what are your thoughts?
They're fucked. The Niners are fucked. I don't know how you go bring this guy back. You lost him. You said he wasn't the guy. He went and got fatted in Washington. And then this is – first of all, let me ask you. AJ's going to hop in, Bailey, here in a second. Is it more detriment on – is it a bad look? Is it a worse look on Deebo or the Niners? Deebo was the guy. Everybody thought he was the guy. He was the most moved wideout and the most interchangeable wideout probably in the league next to, you could say, Tyreek Hill. I can put him in the backfield. I can put him in the slot. I can put him out wide. I can put him as like an H-back. He was Taysom Hill, better athlete. He was a slower Tyreek, not as twitchy, but more durable and a bigger body guy.
Definitely bigger, yeah.
Goes to Washington, gets fat. He gets out of shape. If he was that guy, by the way, Washington doesn't let him go. And other teams wouldn't wait until fucking August to sign him. Something's going on with Deebo. I think there's a huge red flag with Deebo, number one. Number two, for the Niners to take him back simply because they know him and they probably are comfortable with knowing him, even though they had a little rift when he left, tells me that the Niners are down bad. Pearsall's not coming back possibly. Never has been the same since the shooting. You got no Ayuk. You got a hurt Kittle and tight end. You got an older CMC. You got an aging O-line. You got a bus-riding quarterback. You got a play-calling head coach who we don't even know why 2 weeks it took for him to fucking almost lose his orbital bone and eye sockets. And we still don't know the truth about that. You got a radiation treatment plant on your fucking campus. You got injury after injury. You just signed Christian Kirk, Bailey, and he's already hurt, and we don't even know when he's going to return. So I'm just telling you, the Niners got a bunch of problems, and I don't know if it's a poll question. Who's worse, Deebo or the Niners? I don't know.
I think personally the Niners, Coach. I think this is kind of a desperate move from San Francisco. I don't think they expected Pearsall's knee injury to be of this extent. I'd love to hear what Dr. Jesse Morse has to say about that, but I think especially this year at the Niners, they're kind of, like you say, shit or get off the pot year. This is, I think, the end of the era when it comes to this core of McCaffrey, Kittle, Fred Warner, that era. And so it's interesting now that they're kind of panicking, bringing back Deebo. I like the Mike Evans signing. Christian Kirk, it's interesting to see how he fits in there. But I think, Coach, this is a desperate move by the 49ers for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Bailey, let's introduce our guy the right way. You got the ones and twos. Our main man, recently the head coach of the Birmingham Stallions, man, Alabama legend, 3-time national champion, longtime NFL veteran. Siski's homeboy, CAA Kings, hashtag. Our main man, AJ McCarron, joins the show. So are you back running for governor or? Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on. Bailey, he's got no mic, huh? Is it StreamYard or him? Let me see. Hear me? Can't hear you. Maybe refresh it. Just hit refresh. AJ, refresh the thing. Come back in. We're going to see what happens. I'll let you – he's going to tell the story. I think he's still fine in the UFL, so we're going to hear from him and the Bama legend.
You got me now?
Yeah.
Dude, so what's up with StreamYard? It does the same thing on our podcast.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
You don't have no like higher up you could call like AJ McCarron, like, hey, StreamYard.
Not like we got we're on our podcast is owned by Sinclair, a massive company, and but we still have the same issues.
So it's not BPS. It's not just Sean King BPS. I thought it was BPS only. Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
I thought it was BPS only because white folks delegation usually have everything tight and shit. Boom, 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 boom. Sean King always is the only one that has a problem. So good to hear. Good to hear. We're not racist show. So is the governor back up for running? Or
that's what I said when the video played came on. I said, "Damn, how you get fired on your day off? Are you still boxing for?" And
hey, Summy, how'd you get fired on your day off? So wait, so hold on, so just the two, so Houston and you guys, that's it?
Yeah. So,
well, you whatever you want to say. I don't know how you. That's crazy. I didn't know nothing about it.
I knew this. Shit, I wasn't trying to build no clubhouse chat, none of that. No, I ain't get fired. I'm still up. We're still good. I knew this was coming. I was dealing with some. It sucks getting old. My neck started messing up on me. I had to go to a spinal specialist yesterday. And the crazy thing is, I had already known that this was in the works. Ownership had called me, Rapoli, and other ownership I had talked to and said, hey, we're moving on. It's going to be announced in a couple days, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, damn, it's announced on the day that I got to go to the spinal specialist. And I'm just, you know what? Me and you had already planned. I'm like, I'm a save. I'm not doing any media. I'm just going to come on the homie show and then do first media then. But listen, bro, I knew it was coming down. It sucks. I hate it for the city of Birmingham and the history behind spring football for that city. But listen, when you've put $150 million into a league of your own money, guess what? You call the shots. And he wants the league to be a certain look. He wants the stadiums to be a certain way. And the city wasn't willing to build one right now. It didn't make sense for them, and I understand that. And so we're moving on, and I don't know about some. I would think they keep someone because he signed a 2-year contract, but I know I'll be the coach of whatever new location we're at, and we'll ride.
So you're just going to move jobs?
Yeah, I'm just moving locations.
And somebody will do this. So wait, there's going to be 2 new teams, though?
Yep.
Okay, so the same amount of teams are going to stay. They're just moving teams.
We'll go back to 8 teams. There'll just be 2 new markets. And then the next year, they're going to add 2 more markets. They'll add OKC, and then they'll find another market to match and make it 10 by 28. So, nice. And then it's supposed to be 12 by 29 is what they're hoping for. And then more than, 2 more each year is what Rapoli's goal is. So,
and you don't know where they're going yet, the first 2?
No, there's possible locations that have been thrown out, but I mean, hell, I see just as much on Twitter from that part as everybody else. I haven't really asked them. Hell, I'm like, hey, just tell me if I'm good, and they're like, oh, we want you here for as long as you want to be here, blah blah blah. So, now is it shocking to Birmingham because they've won the whole thing like recently, or is this a whole new look ownership that like that those championships don't mean shit to us? This is a new league. Is that kind of how they looked at it, or because that's kind of crazy, right? You win a couple titles and they cut your whole team. It just seems like it's a whole new. Yeah, it's whole new deal. Like and listen, I mean, I understand the frustration. Behind the Birmingham and the Stallions fans and, feeling like, man, we got left behind. At the same time, tickets and people in the seats speak for themselves. And it just wasn't happening. It was on a decline each and every year, even when they were winning championships. So you got to find a way. And when you got, all right, 8,000 people in a soccer stadium and the stadium only holds 10 to 11. Well, guess what? It still looks packed on TV. So the product looks better when you're in a soccer stadium. And, I mean, it's different when we're in protective. I mean, it's a 40,000 seat stadium, and you only got 8 to 10,000 people there. And like Rapoli said, even when first game of the year, when we had, I think, 18,000 people in the seats, I mean, you only have one side of it somewhat full. So it just looks bad. And from a TV side, and listen, you put 150 million in, guess what? You call your own shots. And I know a lot of people aren't happy with it, but he makes the decisions, and guess what? Everybody rolls with it.
Yeah, no doubt. Shit rolls downhill. That's what people don't get out there. But hey, man, you had a good, successful first year getting your feet wet. You can't get those like experiences back. People don't understand that shit is a real thing. Hands-on experience is a real thing, especially your first time doing it. Any regrets?
Yeah, I felt like I didn't push the team enough in camp, and I should have made camp harder. I should have taken some risk where, hey, practice is going to be harder during this 3-week span, 3.5-week span that we have. I mean, just so people have an idea of what the timeline was last year. All right, I got hired right before Christmas. I had about 2 weeks to hire an entire coaching staff. After that 2 weeks, I had about a week and a half so really 3.5 weeks total to prepare for a draft on a team that said, hey, it started with, you're going to be allowed to keep 12 guys off your roster, off the previous Birmingham roster. And then the week of the draft, it comes out, hey, you're only allowed to keep 3 guys from your previous roster. And it's like, well, shit, that's a big jump from 12 to 3. And so you have a week to prepare for a entire draft and create a whole new team of 64 guys to bring to camp in 3 weeks. That's after creating a whole staff and then trying to figure out, sign up for PFF, sign up for Thundercloud, like figure out agents, and all of a sudden your name's out there. So now you're getting calls each and every day. Like, it's not an easy process. And then, it was just so quick, and you're sitting there and you're learning. And then when you get there, it's like, okay, well, you got to find the right formula. Listen, I understand people wanting more success, and hell, nobody wants to win more than me. I've won my entire life, and I wanted to win. But it takes time. I mean, I don't care if your favorite coach is Lombardi, Nick Saban, Pete Carroll. Like, when they first start out, ask them. It takes time for those guys to figure out their right formula to get things the correct way. And I felt like we had that when we made the trade. We went on a 3-4 game winning streak right there. Oh, and then we had, in that league, it's tough, dude. Like, you don't have the numbers. I mean, just so people know, you're going into practice with 50 dudes on your roster. All right. Then you got to hold, going into a game, you got to hold 7 guys inactive. So you're going into the game with 43 guys active. That's counting a long snapper, a punter, and a kicker. So now you're down to 40 guys. Well, then you got 3 more that are basically on there that shouldn't be on there because the league's making you carry 3 active quarterbacks at all time. So now I'm down to 37. So I'm going into a game with 19 guys most of the time on defense and 20 guys or 21 guys on offense. I mean, you're carrying 7-0 line into a professional game. And we had 3 weeks in a row after we went on that win streak where the first game we beat Orlando down in Orlando. That was like Orlando was the number 1 seed. It was like, all right, coming out party for us. We're finally getting our groove. Our left tackle cracks his sternum in the first quarter. I mean, he's massive, probably the best left tackle in the league. Then the next week, our starting right tackle, who's probably the best starting right tackle in the league, hurts his ankle, season ending. And then our right guard has a season ending injury in that same game. So we lose in 2 weeks, starting left tackle, starting right tackle, starting right guard. Then we go into the third week, and we're winning. Even in all this shit, we're winning. We're able to fill guys in. I'm able to reach out to scouts, agents and shit, pull guys in. I'm getting them in on like Wednesday or Thursday of the week, and we play on Saturday. And I'm having to teach them the offense and the calls, and our coaching staff's doing a great job. But in that third game, we lose our starting center and our starting left guard. We lost all 5 starting linemen in 3 weeks, and we won that game as well. So we go into the last 2-3 weeks with 5 new linemen in a league where you're only carrying 7 or 8 active on your entire roster all year. And so, I mean, it's hard to be successful. I don't care who you got as a play caller. I don't care what plays you're calling. When you lose all 5 linemen in 3 weeks, it's tough to be successful. And listen, it ain't excuses. Like we didn't get it done. And I hate it for the city of Birmingham. I hate it for our players that work their ass off all year. But, I mean, that's the truth. It is what it is, and you learn from it and you move on. But my regret is definitely not pushing the guys more during camp. And I was trying to find that balance of, man, do I just, I know, all right, out of 50 guys, you're at 64. You got to get down to 50, right? And you know this, JB, like being a coaching your entire life, all right, out of 50 spots, 47, 47 to 48 of those guys that are going to be on the roster. You have a battle of usually of like 2 or 3 guys that you're trying to figure out those last 2 to 3 spots, right? And I was sitting there trying to save the guys because I'm like, man, we got a team. We have, the right talent. We just got to get to the season. And I felt like I didn't push them enough from a, physical and mental standpoint. And that is one regret that I have. And it's something you learn from and you move on and shit, try not to let it happen again. You know that.
Yeah. Nobody's in the chat are comparing this to high school. I mean, this just tells you that the fucking internet is just undefeated. It's absolutely fucking retardation at its finest, at its highest peak. High school's winning state titles with 25 guys. You guys are fucking idiots. Oh, yeah. Just shut the fuck up. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Anyway, let me ask you this. Having the pro career and playing all those years and playing at Alabama highest, you get to the league as a coach. You get to this professional league, grown men league, former NFL players on your roster. You're a former guy. What do you look back at now and say, fuck? So when you get in there, you get after coaches and you get after players, you're seeing that, and you know how it is for a coach to talk to a professional paid player versus a college kid or a high school kid. Did you learn anything from that part? Like, is it a whole different ball game hearing a Saban yell at you guys in college under a scholarship versus you getting yelled at by Marvin Lewis or whoever the head coach was at the time in Cincinnati or wherever? Professional guys, because we got a guy, Cam Newton, we're going to show here in a minute, who better talk to me a certain type of way type of shit. How did you take that? Like, how did you approach that after we've seen all the clips and all that shit? Of course, I laugh. I'm a fucking Netflix is the same shit. I'm like, this is the same shit. I mean, this is just
TV.
It's TV. Yeah. People don't get it. But where you at? Professional? Did you next year you're going to say, all right, I know where to go. I know how to push the button. I know what to do with these ex-pro players. I know if they're enabled, if think they're more privileged than they should be. Are they entitled? Like, what's the different line there between, like, I guess your college days and the pro days now on the other side of it as a coach? Yeah, I mean, shit. Listen, I don't pay attention to social media and listen to people talk. It's funny I saw the Cam clip and everything, but I'm gonna be real when we talk about the Cam clip, because I've known Cam for a long time, and I felt like, all right, you could have
at least directed it at me. Don't act like you don't know my name. You know my name, Cam, I know your name. We played at rival colleges. Like, come on. But TV, that's the one time probably all year that I ever lost my mind. Of course, they make it seem like Perion Winfrey's talking to me. I wasn't even in the locker room when when I'm losing my mind right here at the first part of that. Perion's standing right in front of me to my right that you can't see.
Then they edit it, and it's a new clip there when you show the back of it.
Because I lost my mind when I first came in the locker room. And then we separate. Coaches go to, talk offensive staff, defensive staff. And then when I was with the offensive staff in our locker room, in the coach's locker room, I hear rumblings out in the hallway. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I open up the door, and I see Perion's going at it with our D coordinator. And that's when all that shit was happening in the hallway. I ain't got time for it because our halftime is like NFL halftime. Like, you only got damn 4 minutes. So I just closed the door. I'm like, hey, we got to get back to, because it was 13-0 at that time. I'm like, we got to figure out how to get points and how to get our quarterback to play well. And so when I got out of the locker room, out of the coach's locker room, and I'm walking back, Perion is down the hallway, like down a side hallway, and he's being escorted out by players, security, coaches, all kind of shit. So I'm like, I got to get my team. My job is to get my team to refocus and go out and play a good second half.
The
funny thing is nobody wants to talk about it, make it seem like, oh, you can't talk to, well, guess what? Guess how many points we let up in the second half of this game? 3. Nobody wants to talk about that. The game ended 16-0. Our defense went out and played their asses off. We just couldn't get it done on offense. So, listen, there's a fine line, of course, talking between professional athletes and college guys. But at the same time, this is not the NFL. There's a reason a lot of these guys are in this league. It's because either they don't know how to take coaching, they have off-the-field issues, they got drug issues, they got baby mama issues. You're trying to help these guys figure out the right way to do things and then get a chance to get back to the NFL or make it for the first time. So miss me with that bullshit. Cam knows, and listen, Cam knows that he had to be coached different, and they couldn't. He was the face and the voice of the Carolina Panthers. But there's a reason that they had to change the offense and help him out and talk to him different when he was young in his career, because he's the guy. But guess what? You ain't got no guys in this league like that. There ain't nobody that's a franchise player. Even if you're a number one on this team and in this league, guess what? When you go to the NFL, you're going to be a number 5 or a number 6. You're playing special teams. It's what I tried to tell our receivers. Hey, you might think you're special in this league. Justin Ross, an absolute baller at Clemson. Guess what? The dude started on every special teams. Didn't say shit. Didn't care. He was close to our leading receiver behind a 32-year-old Mickens. Like, those are dudes that you want on your team that just want to go out and play and figure out a way to win and get back to the league. You got too many prima donnas in the league that don't want to do the hard shit. And Cam knows he's wrong for that. Cam's like, what's Cam's famous thing? It's just entertainment, baby. Like, okay, well, guess what? You know what they're doing on TV. So come on, Cam.
That's why I went at Cam. I've known Cam since I recruited him before he went to Blinn. I tried to get him. I had him on the show. We talked about this specifically, which is crazy. And then like a couple weeks later, he goes in total different mindset. And I said, wait up, didn't you just say you can't yell at players 2 weeks ago about AJ? So like Cam and I have been going back and forth on shit. But I'm like, you went to JUCO, dog. Come on now. You know what fucking, of all people, JUCO is what you literally just showed on that clip right there of you yelling at those players. That is a second chance for the pros. Let me ask you this. You said enabled, entitled, and all these things. I can see it fully because I, of course, not only you, but a bunch of people coaching in that league that I've known a long time. I'm going to know, like, So do they get to you guys like I get a kid from Bama that transfers and goes to a JUCO, and are they walking around nose stuck up like, man, I'm too good to be here? Is that what you have to deal with more of the time? Like, I'm supposed to be in the league. I should be in the league, not the UFL, not JUCO if I'm Cam Newton. That's the problem. That's the issue that I had to deal with the most. Like, dog, Alabama lets you go. You're not fucking Alabama, homie. Take off the Alabama shirt and get fucking grinding so you can go back to wherever you want to go. These guys, I don't know. I guess I'm sure everyone learns as they go, man. In this thing, this is not there's no science or recipe for coaching. I'm just saying right now.
All right.
So like, you're gonna learn next year. Oh fuck, I got to massage this a little different now. Hey dog, you're not that good. You're here for a fucking reason. You want to get back? Guess what? You got to start all over. You're a freshman again at Alabama. Yep. I don't think they realize that shit. But is that what you saw some of, or?
You see very little of it. Like I think we did a really good job of getting the right players in with the right mindset for the most part. Like Perrion Winfrey was one of those dudes, and guess what? You cut his ass and you move on. It's nothing personal against Perrion. Perrion played 3 technique. Well, he played 3 technique. He had just gotten released by the Dallas Cowboys. He was with the Cowboys the year before. He had been, I think, a couple years in the NFL. Well, he's playing 3 technique, and he doesn't want to put his hand in the dirt. He doesn't want to do the stunt calls and the TEs and everything that we have called. He wanted to do his own thing. So guess what? Like, if you're too good and you're playing 3 technique and you don't want to put your hand in the dirt, we'll see you. Like, you ain't bigger than the team. And you have to establish that as a coach and be willing to move on. And it is what it is. And guess what? I told Captain Munnerlin, I told Teddy G when we cut him, and they said, hey, they hit me up. Hey, what do you think? Like, why'd y'all cut him? Blah, blah, blah. I said, if you're thinking about signing him, it's not something I would do. I think it's going to cause you problems. Well, they signed him, and then a week and a half later, they cut him. So for the same shit. So it's like you're going to deal with different personalities, but you know this playing quarterback, and people in the chat and other people that have played sports, but maybe not a lot of them understand. When you play quarterback, you got to understand how to talk to dudes different. There's a group of guys that I can yell at and get on to. There's a certain group of my receivers. Guess what? I got to come over, hug them like, hey, I just need more out of you. Like, you got to be a people person, and you got to have a different background about you where you can relate to white people, black people, fucking Mexicans. It don't matter. Right. So
DB's O-line, like, people don't realize. Yeah. Like I had my defensive staff stretch the offense during pregame or go fucking build a relationship, because it's not easy. People don't think it. People think it's just fucking, there's a lot of O-line coaches out there that can't talk to a black corner.
Right.
So I made them do it. Like, so That's what the people in the chat don't understand. Okay, so hold on. So this is funny because people don't realize you cut a guy, he rears his ugly feathers, he does the same shit over and over, expects a different result. He gets cut again for the same reason you showed it, and people still will come out and defend it. That's social media, though. That's what's the crazy part about it. They've never lived it. They don't understand it. They don't know what it fucking entails. But for Cam to go at this thing talking about like this was a bad thing, when we all know, Cam, stop. Like, come on now. You got cussed out at Auburn. I know for a fact. I know coaches that were there. So, like, I don't understand. Like you said, COE, content over everything, I guess, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
I didn't understand Cam's take, and I understand, listen, he's got a business to run, and, you got to go after what's popular and what videos out there and put your little comment on it and spin on it. Like he always says, it's entertainment. But I'm sure he's been a part of Hard Knocks or some type of show that, guess what? They're going to take bits and pieces. And I have all the respect for the people, the crew that did, this 4th and goal or 4th and 1, whatever our show's called. I ain't even watched a video of it yet. But for the UFL, they were awesome to work with, like, didn't bother me a ton. But it's TV. I understand you got to get ratings, but shit. They didn't show the speech right after that when I brought everybody up, like, hey, before we go back out on the field, let's refocus, do our shit. And we played a great second half on defense. We just didn't put the shit together on offense. And it is what it is. But this is probably the one time I lost my mind all year. I'm not a guy that just loses their mind. Like I'm into all the other clips that you see me talking to my quarterbacks, like help them understand there's a reason. And I know there's a reason why they are in that league. And you can't be a coach that doesn't understand that. And you're not going to be successful with players and grown men. And so my biggest thing is getting them to get their self-confidence back. Because like I told DTR, if you walk inside the white lines, I don't care if you're playing middle school, high school, college, or pro, as a quarterback, and you don't have confidence in yourself, you're already fucked. You're not going to be successful. So you got to carry almost a stupid swagger and confidence about you that you're the best person out there at all times. I don't care if you fucking throw 3 picks. I don't care if you throw 5 touchdowns. Like, it needs to be the same person.
No doubt. DTR, is he going to get a shot? I thought he played pretty well. I think he showed the league again that he can still lead a team, no?
Yeah, I think DTR, deserves a shot. Listen, I think the kid is super talented. He's just got to keep continuing to be better from a self-confidence standpoint. Like, just confidence in himself. That's the biggest thing with him. And trusting what he sees, trusting his eyes, trusting his feet, playing on time. Listen, if he doesn't, I'd love to have him back. But I do think DTR deserves a shot. The dude's super talented, and he's a great dude, great for the room, works his ass off. And I care a lot about him. And I think a lot of our guys, man, like Tay Crowder, Tizino, like dudes that have played high-level football for big colleges and been in the NFL, like we have a bunch of dudes that should – hell, Justin Ross. Like, Justin Ross was, with the Kansas City Chiefs. Dude went out and balled for us, played special teams. Like, how he's not signed to somebody. I've been on too many NFL rosters, played 9 seasons in the league. Guess what? I see a lot of those guys. There's a lot of dudes on these rosters that couldn't hold Justin Ross jockstrap right now. I promise you that. So it is what it is. Hopefully
there's 2 guys out there. A lot of people are advocating for you to sign Diego Pavia and Brandon Ayuk. So I think you should go after those 2 guys immediately. But anyway, we got a guest on joining us as AJ rocks the house with us this morning on a Pregame Friday. Our main man, 0 to 60 pod with Big Bailey, NFL vet, Colorado alum. Big Matt McChesney joins us on a Pregame Friday. Matt, what up?
What's up, guys? How are you?
What's
good?
up, Matt?
Yeah, man. How are you?
Hey,
good, man.
Matt had some of my favorite videos before I even knew who Matt was of him just going off on. I had my wife and because we had talked about getting our oldest to in personal training. And my wife's like, we need a coach like this that just gets on their ass. And so I was watching his videos before I even knew who, like Matt, the part of this show and everything. Bro, it used to have me dying laughing.
Yeah, man. I was at practice yesterday for my 8th grade tight end son, and I had a mom walk up to me, and she was like, I just love the hip drill videos. And I was like, oh, I bet you do. I bet you do, lady.
Would you hit?
Nah, dog. Come on. What?
No, I was just asking if I would hit. Anyway, let's move on.
You would. You probably AE her.
Well, no, she AE'd me.
With
I don't
your
AE.
nasty ass.
I don't AE. They AE.
You don't
anyway,
AE under no circumstances?
I don't do the AE, no.
Under no circumstances.
I don't. Not really, nah.
Okay, we'll have this conversation another day.
Wait, so you eat the crust and the pie?
Well, it just depends on the circumstance, I guess.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I don't eat the crust. Haven't got there yet. I'm gonna have to need some whipped cream or something on that. You know what I'm saying? I have to do something with that. Real quick though, I gotta add. There's a lot of shit going on, Matt. As the big king, CAA king that AJ's so eloquently labeled, he'll be joining us too. We'll have a 3-box in here, 4-box. Your guy. Well, let me ask this. Let me go back to AJ. Diego Pavia, is he going to probably shop the UFL? Could you see it? Because I don't know. He's got to, right? He's not an NFL guy. Yeah.
Yeah. He's got to. Like,
he doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
If he wants to play football, he's got to go where the opportunity is, and that's probably where it's going to be. And you know what? That's not a bad thing. If this kid, look, if he really loves ball more than he loves the spotlight, because the spotlight shined on him for 2 years at Vanderbilt, he can go get the spotlight back if he plays ball well. So go play ball at a high level and show everybody in the NFL that you can actually play. You're not the first short quarterback to play in the NFL. You know, there's been some really, really good ones. One of them's going in the Hall of Fame this weekend. So, you know, it's just he's got to focus on being a quarterback first instead of being a celebrity, and then the celebrity part will come with being a good quarterback. At least that's what I think.
100%. I agree with Matt. Like he's got to show guys he's serious about football. There's a little bit of a Shedeur effect behind this, like you know, just the hype from the media side of things that Shedeur was getting, and a lot of that was earned, you know, on his play during college. I thought he played well later in his career, but a lot of it came from his dad and all the hype as well. So it's like teams needed to see, and that's what scared teams away from Shedeur for him to get picked so late. And that's the honest truth. I've been a part of it. I've had organizations ask why I had tattoos because I was a white quarterback. Like, this is before the draft process. Like, full organizations flew down to Tuscaloosa and asked our staff, like, does he party? Does he do drugs? Like, why does he have tattoos? He's white and he plays quarterback. Like, that's the type of shit these organizations, they overthink everything. It's why they get replaced each and every year, because you got a bunch of non-football dudes running organizations. So they got to show these nerds in the front office, hey, I'm willing to play football and not be front row at a UFC event or some bullshit like that and focus, you know, on football and not on the celebrity part.
Could do some backflips. I mean, that seems like it looks pretty fun too.
Yeah. Let's dive into his first thing with you guys. Kirk Cignetti ended his first media day as a national championship coach. AJ's got to be with him at Bama a little bit, got to know him. He said he basically fired some shots at the SEC, which I want to hear AJ's take. He said, we don't run a hype machine up here in the Midwest. When we fall short, we don't cry a river and whine and complain, and that's why we're the best. Take a look at this video real quick.
Big Ten is the best league in football, and a lot of really good football teams. It's hard to win on the road. Very physical football teams, very well coached. It definitely prepares you for the playoffs. There's no doubt about it. The numbers speak for themselves. I mean, we don't run a hype machine up here in the Midwest. We believe everything's earned, not given. And when we fall short, we say we fell short. We don't cry a river, whine, and complain. All right? And that's why we're the best.
Coach Cignetti, thank you so much.
AJ, I look at it as a recruiting mic drop. I don't look at it as anything else, because I think all coaches now are fucking Mark Sanchez and everybody, right? Stabbing everybody in the back. And I think that we're doing all this. This motherfucker just pops in.
Damn, you come just in the middle of, like, not even a break.
There he is.
Can you hear us?
What's up, man?
Can you hear us this time?
Hi, King. What's happening, dog?
Hey, man, we on a Celebrity Field Friday. Have you ever met Luke Bryan before? Hey, man, sing us a song, man. Can we get a little Cut Your Girl up there now? Sing us a little song.
Well, AJ and Matt we came together. We thought we needed a little bit of color today.
Right.
We need a little color as a white delegation. We came together and said,
that's
let's
the Walmart Luke Bryan.
We got Walmart Luke Bryan.
Get him, AJ. Don't let him get you like that. Get him.
AJ, tell what Rick Ross do we have?
The Temu, baby. That's the version you get over from China. You know,
Hey.
like, damn. The real
I can't
version
hear
is
JB.
$800.
JB just yelling at himself.
Huh?
That's one of the greatest lines ever, dog. How you been, man?
I'm doing good, bro. I can't complain. Life's good.
We got a 4-box in the building, man. Hey, King, you walk right into
I can't hear
Kirk
JB.
Cignetti.
Is there a reason I can't hear JB?
I heard it.
Oh, you can't hear me now?
He's got to refresh again.
Just hit refresh.
Matt has to refresh, Bailey.
Yeah, I heard
Matt,
it.
refresh.
I listened to it, JB.
All right, you heard the Kirk Cignetti thing. AJ, I look at it on a macro level. I'm like, all right, listen, he's taking a shot because that's what they all do now. All the coaches are taking shots to get the recruits and say that we're the best league and blah, blah, blah. It's a dick measuring contest at this point. you were there with him. You got to see him at Bama. He obviously knows the SEC at its height versus what they are in now. But he's the head coach of that place. Same thing I think we'd all do. We'd hype up our place. Is that what you saw here, or you take it as a shot?
Nah, yeah, I see it as hype.
I mean, it's good for college football.
I love Sig, bro. Like he's a different.
Now I can't hear AJ now.
Fuck this fucking StreamYard, man. You got to refresh.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you hear us, Matt?
I can hear you. I can hear King. I can't hear AJ.
Oh,
damn.
But JB, you got to think about it. When somebody been pissing in your front yard for years, and you finally get a chance to
now
when
I
you
can't
walking
hear
your
King.
dog.
Oh, Jesus.
this fucking StreamYard, bro. We got to find out what's going on.
You owe me an apology.
Who does?
You.
Why?
Y'all got me?
Yeah, we got AJ. Matt, you got AJ now?
I think I got you. AJ, do I got you?
You got me?
I got AJ. King drive King. Hey, all right, all four of us. Here we go.
We all hear each other?
Yeah.
I'm good.
I hear you guys.
So listen,
all right,
JB,
cool.
when somebody dog been pissing in your front yard for years, and you go finally get a dog and you pee in theirs, you won't let them know it. Like it's like when the little brother grows up and he's able to beat the big brother. Like the SEC has been liberal everybody, justifiably. And now they punching back now. So, I mean, they got every right to talk their shit.
AJ, what were you saying? You love Sigs, and this is just what?
Yeah, but come on. He's still talking about the conference. Sig understands. Like, are we talking about all the tough teams you play? Illinois, Maryland, Michigan State, Minnesota, Nebraska, Northwestern, Purdue, Rutgers. Like, come on.
It's like half the league.
Come on. Like, you can't go down the SEC like that. Yeah, Kentucky, maybe Vandy in the past, but Mississippi State's still going to play you tough. But, like, come on. Sig understands what he's doing. It's a recruiting tool. I love Sig, but stop.
AJ, so if you guys look, there's a viral video going on, King, real quick, that has these group of players walking out and doing a gay activity. If Alabama were to lose to Mississippi State,
boy,
is there something you and T-Rich will do? Or because if you guys don't beat that team by 60, there's going to be some hell or high water in Tuscaloosa. They walked out doing some shit. Pac-Man Jones said they do it too good.
It's way too good. It's way too good to be that good. It's way too good.
I don't understand this generation, dude.
If they're fucking weird, AJ, bro, these kids
weird.
like they'd rather choreograph dances together and shit than. Can you imagine? Okay, it's 15 years ago. The four of us are in the locker room, and I'm like, "Hey, yo, Sean,
right?
Hey, dog."
We got this video we want to do.
Grab your flip phone real quick, homie, and let's go in the corner over here. JB, AJ, come on, all quarterbacks come out of the meeting room, and I'm gonna short snap some fucking snaps here in my underwear in the fucking locker room, and we're gonna do some dances to NSYNC and shit and shake them titties, bitch. Are you fucking serious? Nope, not happening.
That's the thing. I told Smitty. AJ, I told Smitty, I'm like, hold up. So you guys got together. Yeah, we got together. We're going to fucking do this video, and everybody agreed to it? No, not one person said, fuck no, you weird motherfucker. Everybody's just going to agree to do that fucking video? That's the part that's crazy to me.
I just don't understand all the like.
Of coaches like Matt saying, your fucking hips are fucked up. Like, what are we doing? Like, they didn't have enough of that growing up. I don't know.
Well, you got terrible hips. You couldn't hit a sick whore off a piss pot.
Hey, what's fascinating is because dancing is a love language, right? There's a release in dancing that like men have done for years. But when did it turn? I want to look like an alternative lifestyle dancer. Like I want to look like I'm in the. I don't really hang with them people club. Like that's the part I don't get. Like I'm cool with the videos and the dancing, but when did it become, as JB would say, gay?
When the bitches started liking it.
Like
why would I only care?
But I gotta make AJ stand on business for a second here, JB. Because the truth is the truth.
AJ just got fired, Sean. Relax.
The truth don't have emotions. No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. And I
And
hope
your
he
boy
did it.
Summer are you happy today with something that someone doesn't have a job?
Nah, I just didn't want him to win any games. I didn't want him to get fired.
Well,
they're
how do
not
you
fired,
win?
by the
How
way.
do you
AJ
go
broke it
winless
down.
and keep your job? What?
This year one.
AJ broke it down, Sean. They're not fired. They're gonna get. They're gonna be new coaches at a new place. So it's all good.
I don't wish nobody getting fired. But
all right, me either. Go ahead.
my only pushback on the SEC is this: in the last 10 years, the SEC is 59 and 52 in bowl games.
Bowl games.
I get it. Bowl games don't mean nothing now.
That's the thing.
5+ years ago, bowl games still had some significance.
10 years ago.
I'm just saying, dog.
23 years ago.
Yeah, I would even argue that, King, because I would say when we lost kick 6 to Auburn, all right, we're 1 second away from playing in our 3rd straight national championship.
Mm-hmm.
3rd straight. We played in the Sugar Bowl. Sugar Bowl has been one of the biggest bowls ever in the history of college football. There was zero care for 98% of our team to play in that bowl game. Zero. That was Oklahoma's national championship. There was zero care for our team.
See, AJ, I'm from the South, so Southeastern Conference resonates with me. All I do is hold you accountable. When you come out with a campaign and say it just means more, right? Then I gotta hold you accountable from start to finish.
Here's the problem.
Right? You don't get to make an excuse, right, wrong, and different. Oh, we weren't motivated for the bowl game.
Let me. No, I'm not defending.
Tulane's excuse for Ole Miss.
Why Tulane leave the SEC?
We weren't good enough, AJ. Ain't no other excuse in that. We wasn't good enough.
Let me ask you this though, Sean. This ain't the South and the SEC players anymore. Just like it's not the Pac-12 and the West Coast players anymore. This is a free-for-all, 4-time 4 transfer era. Like these kids are leaving SC and going to Colorado. This kid leaving Alabama and going to Ohio State.
They ain't going to Colorado.
I don't think it's any more like true home backyard talent anymore like it once was. Like, you know what I'm saying, Matt? Like it's not true Louisiana kids now. We're fighting to play at LSU. They're like, fuck that. We're going fucking where the bag is. So I don't know.
Exactly.
The conference can have its motto and mission statement. I don't know if the landscape is allowing for that mission statement to come to fruition. That's all I'm saying.
Look, this is the business I'm in. And the way that it is done, it starts with recruiting, right? It starts with we're recruiting this kid and we really love him and we want to be part of the family. And I'm at a point now doing this for going on 18 years, but only being in the NIL world for the time that we've been in the NIL world. If I would have been doing what I'm doing now 5 years ago, I'd never have a client again. I'd be blackballed. But now it's just everything's fucking legal and there's no rules, which is good if you've got an outlaw mentality and you're going to go get it for yourself. It's bad if you're going to sit around and wait. But I will say this. College football needs to stop acting like this is recruiting. It's not recruiting anymore. You're being hired. You're getting a job. You're not getting recruited to do shit. All right, you're not going to class. No one gives a shit about class anymore. I'm sorry, but they can miss me with this. This is a job. I can go take classes at a community college down the street that'll transfer over. Everybody needs to stop acting like this is like the same college football that we grew up with. Everyone wants to live in the past, but then get paid in the future, and it's not going to work like that anymore. So I would chase the bag too. I mean, if my earning potential as a player, if I look at the top 50 players every year, top 100 players every year, the other misconception is everybody's getting paid. There's the top 10 kids in Colorado, maybe 4 or 5 of them are actually getting substantial money to go somewhere. And by substantial money, I mean $100,000 or over. A couple of them are getting paid really well. That could be the only time these kids ever make any money. So the first bag that they get, it's hard for me to say not to chase it when it's now all about the money. And when the kids are thinking like the coaches and the institutions don't like that. And now they're trying, and AJ's old coach, Nick Saban, wants it to go back to the way it was. And we can't put the genie back in the bottle. So I don't know what's going to happen, but the SEC's got a ton of money. The Big Ten's got a ton of money, and whoever throws more money at it is going to win.
Yeah. I would even take it a step further. Matt and fellas, is I think you're hired. I don't even know if you're hired for a job anymore. You're just hired contractors because nobody's being held accountable to that contract when they even
That's
get
true
hired.
too. That's
Like,
true too.
the kids they have no repercussions from, hey, oh, you signed a contract with us, but then you didn't play out that contract. Like, could you imagine the NFL being that way? And we've all been there. Like,
Nope.
What are we talking about? This is a shit show that they can sign a contract and then just leave whenever they want. They could be there for 2 days, 2 weeks, or 2 years and just go and vanish. And they don't have to pay any money back. Like, all the players, and I, watch the show, of course, every day, but that Stanford group, listen, they need to try to figure out how to win football games back at Stanford and stop trying to create a CBA, because that might be the dumbest shit for them, because they're going to ruin it for the rest of the athletes, because right now the players have all the power. By not having a CBA, you literally win every lawsuit case because you don't have one. And now you're trying to create one. Like, if you create one, guess what? It's going to cause nothing but issues for you, because now there's going to be rules and they'll be implemented, and you're not going to be able to have a free for all. So it's dumb on their part.
So we don't want a free for all.
AJ and Matt, me and JB had a conversation, I think it was Wednesday, about this thing. And I was of the belief that an easy fix would be all the contracts should have buyouts that have to be paid by the school the kid goes to.
Okay.
Which to me would, I think, at least marginalize in some way all the poaching that's going on. Now, if you really
and that's happening rampantly, because all the corruption behind the scenes is pretty rampant.
Right. If Seton wants to leave Colorado, go to LSU, LSU should have to pay Seton's buyout.
I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
I got no problem with that. I don't really have a problem with if they want to do a CBA and a players union. I don't have a problem with rules. It's just, look, man, you got everybody in college football has to be really, really careful that they don't just look at the NFL model and go, oh, this looks like a great model, let's do this. They have to, read a book, get on Google, watch a documentary, ask one of the older guys. That it took how many strikes and how many work stoppages and how many fucking years did it take for the NFL players to actually get the power to make the money that they're making now? I mean, even when I was playing before the 2011 fucking CBA, that CBA was supposed to be pay the veteran players more money for the vets. Rookies are on a wage scale, yada, yada, yada. And that went, fuck the veteran players, cut them all, save the money, pay everybody less. That's all that happened there. So it's a much bigger problem than it just, like me saying strike and make a players union.
JB, they fuck around and have a franchise tag in college. They better be careful.
Well, listen, AJ and I said years ago, this is what it is. It's free agency without a return. That's what it is now.
So let me ask you this question, guys. If it's going to be the minor league, shouldn't you be able to play in the minor league until they fire you?
Nah, hell no. They already
Why not?
They got to get the fuck. That age limitation thing, they needed to implement that.
I hate it. I think it's ridiculous.
That was the main thing they needed to do. Because when you got 27, 26-year-olds playing against 18, 19, man, that's a competitive disadvantage in football.
Well, when I was 21-year-old rookie, I had to play against 34-year-old vets.
Yeah, but once the difference in the male body from 18 to like early 20s is so significant. Just muscle mass, just like, natural physicality. Like, to me, that was getting a little out of hand.
So then how about the other leagues then? Do the other leagues need to? I really love what the other leagues are doing. I thought that this last year's spring football league was incredible. I mean, it was super physical. Those guys are flying around. There's tons of players on the field that can play at the NFL level. I hope the NFL are actually looking at those guys hard. I mean, they signed Hakeem Butler out here, the fantastic wide receiver from the Battlehawks, and he's fighting for a roster spot with the Broncos. And in the first 3 days of camp, he's been killing it. So you can find great players everywhere. The NFL needs to open their fucking eyes.
But here's the thing,
you need all three heads of college, UFL, and NFL to coordinate with each other Like that is one reason why I do like the age limitation, just because at some point, all right, if those guys still aren't ready or they're question marks for the league, for the NFL, guess what? You have a midway stop in the UFL to make that successful. But it's got to take all of them to be on the same page for everything to kind of, work hand in hand. So
AJ, do you think that the NFL will ever adopt like I played in NFL Europe the last year they were there, and I was allocated over. I thought it was very productive. Like I loved it. I got to play 14 games. Do you think the NFL, instead of the instability that we see at times with the spring league, do you think that the NFL would ever adopt, 10 host cities and like take it under? They can afford it. They're tax exempt, for God's sakes. They got enough money to pay for all this.
I think you make a great point, and that's the ultimate goal for Rapoli, the owner of the UFL. He's co-owner, but he owns majority of it. He wants 16 teams, and then for every NFL team to have the rights of 2 rosters, basically, is how they would. So that way, there is a minor league system from a sense of, hey, we have first pick on this out of this team, like boom, and then the next NFL team that shares rights with them. All right, so it's almost a picking order in that case. But yes, that is the ultimate goal. And I think for the UFL to be successful in the end, they have to grow to 16 teams to where you can have something like that and really involve the NFL in it for it to take that next step.
Because AJ, Sean, we've seen it. Like we saw Steve Young and the USFL, Jim Kelly and Warren Moon.
Great league, bro.
I thought it was a great, the matriculation process. It aided in it. It aided in that process, in my opinion. Back then,
I've got a slightly different outlook.
And Sean, before you go, Sean, the only reason
if they would have stayed in the spring, they would have made a ton of money. They probably still be playing.
The only reason I say it, Sean, I know where Sean's going. Only reason I'm saying this, Sean, is because now we're expected to play these rookies at an all-time high because of filling the seats and the lack of, corporate or the corporate sponsorships and all this shit. At the end of the day, those guys learned and got experience in a pro league and kind of got into the NFL, and it was kind of they didn't hit a hiccup. They didn't have as many hiccups as we do now, forcing a Caleb Williams to play as a rookie on a bad team. That's all. Go ahead, Sean.
I guess what I desire, what I hope for, what I pray for is that it's the UFL, right, AJ?
Mm-hmm.
The UFL finds a business model, and I'm a big horse racing guy, so I'm very familiar with Mike Rapoli. He's been successful in a lot of different things, horse racing being one of them. That the UFL finds a business model, whether it's 12, 14, 16 teams, where a guy that's not quite good enough to play in the NFL can make a living post-college playing football. That's my desire for that league. Not that it be owned by an NFL team, not that necessarily got to be a feeder, but for a guy that was a damn good college player, because the NFL doesn't have a lot of turnover. That's why when you say there's so many guys that could play in the NFL, it's only 53 people on a roster. It's only 32 teams. And very few of those guys are pushed out the league because they can't play. So it's not this massive turnover. It's not this massive amount of spots. My dream is for the UFL to grow to where those guys can make, even if it's just $150,000 on average, and use that as a way to make a living playing football post-college.
Yeah, but I would take it a step further. All right, they're making about close to 65 to 70 for 3.5 months of work. Still pretty fucking good. You're covered in insurance during the season. You have multiple benefits from that standpoint. So it's still pretty good for 3.5, 4 months of work to make 65, 70 grand. All right. And you're getting to do something that you love to do. I understand bumping up the pay, but for that, you got to have more people in the seats. You got to have bigger contracts. Well, how do you have bigger contracts? All right. You got to have big TV deals from Fox, ESPN, which they've worked their ass off to get. Fox and ESPN basically run it. All right. But I would take it a step further from a sense of, think of how many guys that I know, just because going through the experience and trying to talk these guys out of futures deals, how many guys in the NFL keep signing futures deals and thinking they're making rosters and being stuck and stashed away on practice rosters and practice squads. Like, and you're never even giving yourself a chance because guess what? Nobody in NFL, I don't care how many times you put it on your IG or whatever, nobody's watching your practice film. You fellas know that. Like, so if nobody has rights to your practice film, you need a chance to get out and play on TV. So guess what? Why I said, like, hey, there needs to be where the NFL and UFL mesh together. It's so those guys that are on these practice squads can say, the coaches at the end of the year, hey, you didn't play all year, you're on practice squad. We had the UFL, the Dallas Renegades have your rights. We're connected with them from a minor league system. You're going to go play spring ball. You're covered under Cigna insurance. You still have all your benefits. If you get hurt, we take care of you, but you are going to get filmed. So that way, either we see more from you and see you in live action and not just in shorts and helmets, or you have an opportunity to make another team and not be on a practice squad for 6 years.
So I this guy don't lie, Matt. I and this guy don't lie, Matt.
So
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Here's my only pushback with that now, because at the end of the day, it gotta make financial sense, right? And so I'm saying, I know you guys might not be there now. I said my hope, my dream for that league is to get to where they can pay those guys, right? The minimum for an 18-week practice squad player right now in the National Football League is $247,500.
Holy shit.
So it's hard to tell a kid not to go make $250.
It's impossible.
And have access to the facility and be able to wear the gear in said city, and whatever they do successfully on the field, he gets it all. Playoff bonuses, if they win a championship, a Super Bowl ring. It's hard to tell a kid, don't go take that $250.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying
it's two different seasons.
But I'm saying if that kid's making $250 after taxes, or it's basically cut in half, and you give that kid an opportunity to go make another 70 to 100 grand
and get filmed
for another 3 months and get filmed, and he's covered under Cigna insurance, the league insurance, and he has all his benefits, he would be a dumbass not to jump on that opportunity because he's been stashed on a practice squad for 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Like, now you can be on practice squad forever. So guess what? It's not benefiting him and for longevity and success after football by only making $250,000 a year. We all know that seems like a lot of money. Guess what? $250 ain't going nowhere. So allow him to make more money for 3 to 4 months of work, have his insurance, be covered, and still have an opportunity to get film. That's the best part about it. That's why they have to mesh together.
Now I got to ask this question because I hear this constantly. This is the new narrative, that it's never been harder to play college football. It's never been harder to play in the league. And I look at practice squads being 10 persons deep. When I was there, it was 5. Practice squads, you can be on practice squad for your entire life. You make $10,000 a week plus. When I was in the league, I got moved from defense to offense. I was on the practice squad all year. If I didn't figure it out, I would get cut the next year because I couldn't be on the same team on the practice squad. It was really hard back in the day to get into a college program, in my opinion. Now there's all these different avenues and NIL scholarships and all this different bullshit that you can do to get on. You can go lower level and transfer up. So I think it's never been easier to play. Personally, and my biggest test for a player, whether it's high school to college, college to the NFL, or NFL, I'm stuck and I can't get an opportunity and I don't know what to do. My biggest question to them all the time is, if you're given a different opportunity, are you just going to sit on your hands here and say, no, I'm good, or would you go play? So going back to what AJ just said, if they did that and they said to a kid like, hey, you've been on our practice squad all year, you didn't play, but we want you and we want to develop you, we're going to send you to Dallas for 10 weeks and you're going to play and you're going to get paid another 100 G's, yada, yada, yada. And the kid's like, I think I'm just going to take the off season. I would cut him on the spot. Like it's another test also. So I think there's more opportunity everywhere to play football rather than less. I don't know how that narrative came along.
But because think of the clip Tom Brady not too long ago came out with, and he talked about how many guys are just, they feel complete with just making a roster, being on a practice squad. They don't even want to make an active roster. Like, they get so many years on a practice squad now that, and hell, there's even veteran practice squad spots now. Like, that's insane. When we were all playing in the league, I think you got 3 years or 4 years on the practice squad, and then you were off. Either you made active or you were cut. So you're basically allowing these dudes to just be complacent and happy with being on practice squad, and that's all they want to do, because guess what? All they care about is Instagram likes and fucking shares. And they can live a lifestyle and fake a lifestyle in the off season that they're actually not living. So they're complacent with that. Don't allow these dudes to be complacent. Push them. And that way you either find out, hey, if this dude is a player and now you want to keep him because guess what? He went out and balled in the spring and we have his rights, or you better this kid's opportunity or this guy's opportunity for making a better living.
Right quick, Matt, just for context, the 247.5 is for guys with 1 or 2 years of experience. Everybody with more than 2 years of experience, their base is 337.
Damn.
So if you got 3 or more, if you got 3 years or more, your minimum is 337.
You're getting paid even more.
The thing with the practice squad, there is no maximum.
They can pay you whatever they want.
Yeah, a team could pay you $1 million to be on the practice squad.
Yeah, but it'll be red flagged by the league.
Yeah, they'll probably be like, he needs to be on the active roster. But look, back in the day, when I got picked up by the Jets after having West Nile virus and almost dying, I got put on practice squad, and it was, we're going to practice in full pads on Wednesday, we're going to practice in shells on Thursday, and we're going to be in half shells Friday until we get out of 9-on-7, and then we'll take our pads off. So I could actually go on the field and lace up and actually go to work and show them I could play in practice rather than being in sweatshirts and flip-flops and doing walkthroughs like they do now. So if you're on the practice squad now, how are you supposed to show them that you can play? The only reason I got activated as a rookie and got to play is because I went to practice and balled out and played hard. The only reason they moved me to offense and then put me on practice squad to learn is because I went and played hard. And then I got activated to go play on the offensive side of the ball. I couldn't wait to get an opportunity. I hated the practice squad. There's so many guys now, like AJ and Sean just said and Coach said, they get on the practice squad and they will sit on that shit for years. And you know what? Why would I get mad at them? Like, that's a great job. It's a fantastic opportunity. And all it takes is one guy to get hurt and you're up playing. So I don't know how you say no to that unless you're going to be a doctor or something.
And I don't want the chat to be like, oh, well, these are all millionaires talking and they're acting like 300,000 isn't a lot of. No, that's not what we're saying. But think of where these teams are. All right, if you're on the practice squad in New York Giants, New York Jets, Philly,
that's where I was.
All these big cities, guess what? When you go to rent an apartment, you're paying $5 to $10K just for a loft, a 1-bedroom loft. Like, this money ain't moving for these dudes. By the end of the season, their shit is gone, or they got very little money left over. So.
Bro, when I was a rookie with the Jets, okay, I got there, and the first 2 days, the second day I was there, John Abraham and Sean Ellis walked up to me and said, hey, Rook, I need you to go across the street and get 200 double cheeseburgers and a whole log of chew and all this other shit. And I was like, cool. And I hold my hand out for some money, and they're like, fuck you. I just was like, oh my God, I just got here. I haven't even gotten paid. So I remember I was walking in there like, I just got here. I've got like $700 in the bank. 400 of it's going to double cheeseburgers and chew. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this, but this isn't going to work. I got it done, but holy shit, man. You're right. It's not the same.
JB, I just like, and listen, I would love for the UFL to have some relationship where it's a developmental thing. But I like to simplify things when we get in these conversations and not get emotional. The rookie minimum in the National Football League is $885,000. The vet minimum in the National Football League is $1.3 million. So when you're talking to a practice squad guy, he's making a base of $247,500, right, which is like $14,000 a week. If he gets called up just 2 weeks of the year, the $885,000 comes out to $50,000 a week. So if he gets 2 out of the 18 weeks where he just up as the sixth receiver or just a special teams guy. That's an extra hundo.
Yep.
Like, so it's hard to tell a guy that feels like he's right there on the cusp, you know what I'm saying, of getting there. If he can get 3 games, it's a credited season.
And that's the thing is the practice squad guys don't get credited seasons.
To argue against that, you know what I'm saying?
Let me transition real quick. Before Matt leaves, I want to transition. McCarthy came out, Mike McCarthy, Steelers, and said basically we're not going to practice in pads. And I want to bring this together. I'm going to try to see you guys use this in the way I'm going to bring it up. We got these youth coaches who I think are the worst in the world. They should not coach kids. But I want you to see this fucking drill here, and then I want you to kind of like massage it into why we're not practicing in pads at the NFL level, and kind of bring this whole theory up that I have. But go ahead, Bailey, show this fucking retarded drill.
Mouthpiece in, Chuck. Mouthpiece in.
Mouthpiece in.
Let's go. Let's go.
They're playing Duck, Duck, Goose. Oh, my God. What are we doing?
Can you fucking break down the just simple retardation of this drill and the actual fact that we're like,
why is that big
so
son of a bitch carrying the ball? He's a fucking red striper.
There's so many fucking levels to bad on this that I can't even break down. We're not even going to talk about the kid almost getting launched into the other kid and snapping his neck. We're just going to talk about the two in the drill. Listen, we're seeing this at all-time high, AJ. Like, you guys are around a little bit of a youth level, and I go around speaking to some schools last week, and I saw the high school level doing some stupid shit, and I'm just like, what in the fuck are you guys doing?
I want to hear one of your speeches so bad.
oh, bro. Yeah, trust me. I told
you. Hey, sit up straight, all you pussies. We're going to stand the God. Get the fear of God these motherfuckers today.
That's exactly pretty much what it was. That's pretty much what it was, by the way. You know the alarming part, AJ? You know the fucking alarming part, Matt? And I hope you do this with your kids, Matt. I bring $100 with me. I bring $100 with me when I speak. I bring $100 with me, and I break it up in 20s, and I give it out to kids that answer the question I ask. You know that fucking one time I have yet to have one fucking kid in high school across the country tell me what it takes to qualify to be an NC2A qualifier to get a scholarship. Not one fucking kid across the country knows. That's a coaching problem, number one.
What does it take?
Fucking make sure you have 11 of your 16 core classes by your junior year, not your senior year. Make sure you understand it's a 2.3. It's a sliding scale now after the COVID thing.
That's going to be tough.
Yeah, like just think about all the dumb shit. How do you not know? But I asked him, Matt, but here's the thing, AJ, before I ask him this question, I say, hey, raise your hand if you love football. They all fucking, of course, raise their hand. I said, then why? And I always get the coach to give me some, who's missed lately, who's missed class. So I remember these names like the recruiter that I am, and I call out these guys. Hey, Johnny, so you love football, but you missed fucking weights yesterday. And they all get quiet and shit. I go, but you love football. But you don't even know how to graduate high school and get a scholarship, but you love football. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It's ignorant as shit, and the coaches should be fucking fired for not teaching their kids that, number one. And I tell the coaches right there in their face, hey, coach, guess whose fault it is? Your fucking fault. But
in California, this flies. I'm sure that they're protesting you today.
It's horrible, yeah. but go back to this drill. AJ, real shit. What the fuck are we doing? By the way, the guy with pads on this side don't even have a fucking jersey on.
Put your mouthpiece in. Put your mouthpiece in, guard that's running the football.
And then the Steelers aren't practicing in pads now. And we got more injuries, soft tissue injuries. But we put the kickoff like this now. We face each other, but yet we have more kickoff injuries than we did when we had a fucking wedge breaker. Like, I just don't understand what we're doing. And if you don't practice vigorous fucking intent and nastiness in a gladiator sport, you're going to get hurt. And I just knock on wood that the Steelers' whole fucking 7 guys get hurt game 1 because they haven't fucking practiced all year. Like, I just don't understand this.
Well, it's too many coaches. It's too many coaches that are living their life and their dream through their kids.
Too many goddamn quarterbacks coaching. You guys never get hit any fucking way.
Listen, I any team I coach, we ain't playing fucking duck, duck, goose and running around. Like, this has nothing to do with football. Like, this might be the stupidest shit in the world. But you got too many dads that have never played. They're living their dream through their kids. They think they want to. They saw something on fucking YouTube from some called expert that's like, hey, if you play duck, duck, goose and tackle
What's the
each
Avery or
other, guess
something?
what?
Get your fucking hips going on this ladder drill.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Look at this guy. Look at this.
It's so stupid. What are we doing?
Hey, so look,
Matt, unless you're skip pulling and logging the
Yeah,
five
this is
tech,
pointless. This is dumb.
when the fuck is the lineman wrapping around a circle?
Never. Not in
fucking
youth football, bro.
Stupid as shit.
So look.
Hold on, Matt. Let me put some Tulane education in this, because sometimes
Jesus Christ,
it's
this
not
is gonna take forever.
No. It's not content; it's presentation. There's an epidemic in America when it comes to youth sports. For some reason in this country, people think if I'm passionate about
they got
something,
guns and they shoot.
I'm qualified to coach it. Being passionate about something and being qualified to coach it are two completely different things.
That's for damn sure. So look, I coach an 8th grade team because my kid's on it. He's never played before this year. And and he's learning. He's not very good. He not very physical. And like, I had one of the coaches be like, I'm kind of surprised your kid isn't more advanced. And I'm like, why? And he's like, well, he's your kid. And I'm like, yeah, dog, I didn't wake him up at 6 a.m. for 13 years straight and have him do he didn't want to play football until this year. He's got to learn. That's why we're out here teaching football. We're not doing this kind of stupid shit. This is going to get people hurt. This isn't football. This is ego, adult ego. I've got a camera and I just want to see guys get fucked up.
Yeah, so he can go back to work the next day and talk shit. Look how my kid
get
ran
Instagram likes.
Yeah, it's stupid as shit.
This isn't football. So, no. but look. At the same time, though, it's really hard to coach these days because I have to walk on the field and totally disassociate myself from my facility where people invest in themselves through me and are really serious and want to go work, and I can coach them hard and I'm on their ass and they understand why. And the parents, some of them are crazy, but even the crazy ones understand why we're there. And we've had a huge meeting and they're invested and we're in this together, to where I'm going out to the field. And if I try and coach with the same intensity and passion, and I can't just I hate to say it, but I have to say fuck it when I walk on the field to coach at this level. I have to walk on the field and go, you know what? If the kid doesn't want to work hard, fuck it. I didn't raise him. It's not my problem. He'll just sit there and be a bitch, and that's what it is, and I'll laugh at him. And it took me a long time to learn that, because the minute that you raise your voice, it doesn't become coaching anymore, because these kids are so fucking soft these days. They can't be approached. They can't be yelled at. They can't have they can't have a voice raised to them. They can't run extra. Their mommies are all sitting on the sidelines. So every time something happens, she gets up and does this one, looking into the sun, and you can hear her fucking squawking to her friend over there. And then the kid runs straight to their mom, and then they start blaming the coach. And I'm like, I didn't raise your son. It's not my fault it's hot, and it's not my fault this is football practice, but I'm sure this is all going to work out. So honestly, I've become very selective on, I'm just going to try and help my kid, and the 2 or 3 kids that want to buy into what I'm coaching, I'll help them. Everybody else, you're just here, and I have to be able to accept that. And I hate it, but then I also don't have to live like that all day, because at 6-0, that shit doesn't fly. So I don't know what football is going to do about this. I personally think that you remember that stupid fucking NFL commercial back in the day where it was football's for everybody, and Cam Newton and the little white kid, and he's warming his arm up, and I'm going to take your job, yada, yada, yada. Everybody thought that was such a great commercial. I think that was the beginning of the end. This is not for everybody. Your fucking little 5'2" kid who can't do a push-up shouldn't be playing. Okay? Somebody's going to get fucking murdered out here if we keep doing things that aren't conducive towards getting better on the field and being able to teach. And we can't teach anything because the parents are either in the way and think that they know more, but they won't coach. They just want to control and bitch. Or the coaches don't know enough to be able to really help the kids get better. So it becomes very repetitive and redundant. So you're never doing anything new, and the kids get bored, and then everybody just kind of shuts it down. So, I mean, I don't know how you do football coaching without investment from the kids, because then the coach has to start changing how he coaches in order to get through to a kid, and that's not the way this is supposed to work.
Matt, you make such a great point, and it brought back a memory for me. I came off of ACL injury. I had NFL teams, and I'm like, you know what? I took a leap. I'm like, hey, I want to go play spring football, chance to start, lead a team. I was coaching my son in baseball before that, and he didn't understand me coaching hard. I wasn't changing. I was coaching him the same way my dad coached me, and he would get tears in his eyes and think I was getting onto him, and I was mad at him. The best part as a dad and seeing the light bulb come on for my oldest son, he got to, because I took this opportunity to play in spring football, he got to come to camp and sit in quarterback meetings while I was getting coached on the field and everything. Awesome. And he saw dad got coached just as hard as dad's coaching him. And he saw me getting yelled at practice, or the coaches getting on to me in film. And it was the best moment I've ever had as a dad. I literally saw the light bulb in my son's head go on and be like, and after he was 7, 8, he was like, Dad, I understand now. You aren't getting mad at me. You're not mad at me. You're just coaching me. There's a difference between coaching me hard and being mad at me. It was the best moment, proudest moment I've ever had as a dad. Cause I'm like, I went back to coaching him the next year. He didn't shed a tear. He worked his ass off. And then all the parents were like, damn, your son's the best baseball player out there. Like, and you're coaching him hard. Then every other parent fell in line with my coaching style and was like, I want you to coach my son the same way you coach your sons.
AJ, correction's not criticism. Correction's not criticism.
It's not. It's not criticism.
They gotta let the
you know what's sad though is, and now as I was listening to Matt, like a little bit of me died. Because AJ's coaching now, Matt's coaching. You're almost saying that to make it in football, a kid got to be self-motivated.
They have to be.
Like, how many always had to be though, Sean. If it
I think it's always been like that. Yeah.
If it takes me to motivate you, then you're not all in anyway. To me,
but listen to what I'm saying though. When we play, all of us, I think I might be, me and AJ probably the youngest. I might maybe Matt. How old are you?
I'm 44.
You're older than Matt. You're older than
Matt. Matt's the youngest.
No, I think I'm in between you and AJ.
Coach pushed you to a point where you had to decide: do I love football, or am I gonna go do something else? Like, it wasn't nobody on the team that got a pass. Like, everybody was coached to a point where you had to make a decision. Boy, if I'm gonna be out here, I gotta love this, cause this shit ain't easy. Coach ain't gonna turn his head and let me skip no reps. I ain't gonna be able to load. Bro. And it found something in you that maybe you didn't know you had, but you didn't want to let your friends down, your peers, your teammates, and you raised and elevated who you were through this process. Like, now I feel like if a kid don't show up self-motivated, like, how do you ever pull it out of the kid that just doesn't get that at home and needs that in order to take the next step in his development? Like, that's why I hate that's the part of that I hate the game is missing now.
Well,
it's missing it. Look, it's missing it big time. I agree with you. It's hard to find out though. It's one of the reasons I love what I do so much at 6-0, because I don't care if you're good. Number one player in the state of Colorado, Jackson Roper, who just got a massive deal at UCLA. He's going to early enroll, committed, number one player on their board, like helping them recruit. He walked into my gym after his sophomore year at Regis Jesuit and had no offers, no stars. Nobody knew who he was. Nobody was recruiting him. He was disgruntled. He was angry. He was like, I don't know what I have to do. His dad, who played at Utah State, was equally as pissed off. We're paying $20,000 a year to go to this private school in a 5A conference at the highest level that puts out all these players. They're not helping us at all. We have to leave and go to Cherry Creek. Within 18 months of just putting it on film, showing everybody what he is. He was always motivated to go get it. No one knew who he was. 18 months later, he's the number one player in the state. He's committed to UCLA. He's getting paid. He's got 40 offers. You know, it's because of the player, obviously. And I'm sure they would have found him anyway, but it's also they have to look. And unfortunately, these days, they look, colleges look at, like specifically the University of Colorado, they do it with their own state. And I'm going to get a lot of shit from this by the prime sexuals. I don't care. Come at me, bro. If you don't look in your own backyard for diamonds in the rough and guys that can play, they're going to go everywhere else and play and get drafted and go to the NFL. So the coaches actually have to look, and the colleges have to look and see. And then the players have to understand that not everybody's going to have somebody to help them. And not all the parents are going to be able to go invest in programs to help their kids. And not every kid's going to be smart enough to understand that they need to go do it to help themselves and how much it can help them. And if they want to operate at the same level as everybody else but have different goals, that's not going to work. You can't have I want to play big-time college football and get paid at 18 years old and be an employee and go play in the NFL and have all these big goals and then hang out with a bunch of kids who can't go to third period class and don't work hard and don't lift and don't want to do the work. And so it comes down to it's all self-motivation. And you know what? The parents, there's so many parents now that want to be friends with their kids rather than be fathers and mothers to their children. I'm not trying to be my kid's fucking friend right now. I'm not Nick and Logan's friend. I'm your father. And if you want to play football, I want you to be able to actually look back at this and go, holy shit, I did this the right way and earned something from it. I got something back from the game. I didn't just give to it thinking that I'm going to be a fucking NFL superstar. It's a privilege to play this game. And I think people these days think it's like a hobby and it's just something else to do. And that is a huge problem in today's.
Well, that's what I was going to go real quick, AJ. If you guys are good till 8:15, I'm going to end the show anyway at 8:15 because I got to go to a funeral, but a buddy of mine passed.
Bro.
But let me ask you something. This is why we fill the stadiums as players, 100,000 at a fucking Tennessee game or at an Alabama game or whatever. I get it. I think the players have always deserved to get paid since I played because I knew we were the product. But I also, on the other side, double-edged sword, I hate the fact that we're getting paid at the amateur level because I think it creates what we're talking about right now. We have the highest rate of young kids retiring from the NFL. I'm talking first rounders than we've ever had in just the last 4 years. The investment, in my opinion, has already been met when they got an NIL bag, and now they don't have the why that we're talking about right now when they get to the NFL. They don't have the same love that we had. We didn't get paid, what you guys were talking about, the practice squad and all that shit. We didn't get paid for a reason. We said, oh, shit, cream rises to the top. We got to go take someone's shit. We got to take them motherfuckers' bits, is what we used to say. We got to go take that pussy, right? We got to go snatch it from them. Now we're enabling them and giving all of them the same amount. They all have an opportunity now, and now they think they're all good. They're not good, though. They're not really good.
100%. And, JB, it starts with youth sports, though. All right, think of the mindset and how we're raising these kids. And I pulled my son out of the league the first year. He was 4, and I was making him play up in T-ball because I'm like, we're not playing because we went to the 4-year-old and 5-year-old league, and they were like, oh, well, we don't keep score. After the first game, I'm like, yeah, get his ass out of here. My wife was like, we're not playing this shit. So, like, if we ain't keeping score, what the hell are we doing? Everybody – so you start at a young age now of getting participation trophies. Not that you won, not teaching your kid anything about just hard work and the fact that little Johnny sucks and he's out there playing in the ant pile. But, no, we want to tell him how great he did because he at least just stood up for 1 inning and watched the ball. So, like, what are we doing? And then you go from there to there is NIL, all right, not only in college, that's not true NIL, but has gone down to high school. So now we're giving NIL to high school kids. I'll take it a step further. It's the first time I've gone through it. My oldest son is 10. I think he has a chance to be a really good baseball player. I was a really good baseball player in high school. They are offering for him and a kid that was on our team, both really good stud pitchers, plays short and third, $50,000 for a 10-year-old to come to another travel ball team is what we got offered. $50,000 for a 10-year-old. I'm like, what the hell are we teaching these kids? And what are we teaching these parents? Like, my son hasn't done shit. Like, yeah, he's a good player for right now, but guess what? I've been around great players while I was little, and then they turned out to high school not be shit, college not be shit.
Terrible.
Like, yeah, like, what are we doing? We are enabling these parents that enables the kids. It's just a trickle-down effect that is just trash.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question, all three of you, okay? Back in the day, wasn't it like two of the biggest frowned upon things in sports were gambling? Obviously, that's a different conversation, but definitely frowned upon, right? And then the parents that would suck and live off of their children. Like, if you're a parent and your kid gets paid and you fuck them over and take their money and act like it's your money and blah, blah, you're like Macaulay Culkin them, right? Like, Macaulay Culkin makes a bunch of money at Home Alone and his dad takes all the fucking money and Macaulay's broke. That is happening now at an unbelievable rate. Kids sit in my office and we'll be talking money about like what a certain individual is worth. Like, you got a tight end that's going to X, Y, or Z school and he's getting $100,000. And the dad's sitting there going, I just made $100,000. Holy shit. And that is not the way this works either. I mean, it's gotten so convoluted and so twisted up that the parents are having a hard time. I have such respect for the parents that can sit back and allow their kids to go do this now and stay out of it and just be parents. That's what I want as a dad with my kid getting recruited now. I don't want to be involved with all this shit. I want to watch him play football and just, be here for him to help him. I don't want to like get involved and act like that money he gets is mine. If Nick is so lucky in 2 years to get broke off by somebody and get paid to play big time college football, the last thing I'm going to do is be like, hey bro, you think I can get a loan? I just don't understand that part of this. It's so crazy.
It's like everything else in America, though. The greatest country, and I'm American as American gets, but at the same time, we do shit in such a fucking, I don't know, nothing's ever ours here. Whether it's property tax, we have to pay it to own the property that we supposedly own, or whether it's paying to play. We got to pay in America in the youth level. We have to pay. And I know this soccer league out here in California, the largest in the whole country. This guy's making fucking millions of dollars every single soccer season with these travel AAU soccer teams. They're paying $30,000 a kid.
Jesus.
Playing these leagues.
I'm undercharging.
And here's the thing, and I hate soccer. I think it's the fucking worst sport ever made. They should all be castrated. You take soccer
I
in Europe,
like women's
though,
soccer, bro.
You
Women's soccer is cool.
You take soccer in Europe, Matt. Guess what happens? They see AJ's kid. They pay him to play on their team.
Yes.
They pay them instead of us paying them. This is all fucking backwards now, and that's why
That's where this is going, though. Even with my business. Now I am seriously sitting around with the other side of my agency and going, rather than telling this kid to come in and invest in the program, and then in a year from now we'll put him on the agency side of this and take 3% and all that shit. Rather than that, how about we need to find a big money guy so we can get him paid right now so he'll sign with us.
But this goes back to the demographic argument. Like, this is the argument Sean and I had about the golf thing with the black community, like inner city youth that don't play soccer or golf because it's an expensive ass sport versus another sport, or like baseball. We got more Dominicans and other cats playing baseball. We tried to do this in the inner city. It didn't work. A lot of inner city black kids don't play baseball. It is what it is. It's expensive ass fucking sport. So the glove, the bat, the fucking $200 bat, the $300 glove, all this shit matters. If they were paying these guys to play that were really talented, maybe our U.S. soccer team would actually be fucking better. But they're not, because our best athletes don't fucking play it. If our best athletes got together, there's no fucking way Portugal is going to beat us in soccer.
We would murk everyone. Although Spain's looking like they're getting a whole lot of potential soccer recruits pouring into the country these days. So
again,
maybe some of those guys can play. Who knows?
Yeah, it's trash. I mean, I know dudes that I started up a travel baseball organization down here. I don't charge any dues. I know enough coaches. We go practice at high schools for free. So guess what? I don't ask the parents for shit. We fundraise. We're going to go to businesses, get money. There's enough businesses that want tax write-offs and you create an LLC, I don't charge my parents shit. And there's parents here in Mobile that we don't come from a lot of money, like as a city here, and they are paying $4,500 a year for their kid to play fall travel ball. Like, what the hell? And this dude's running an organization. He's got 11 kids on each roster at 45. Like, and he's got 6 teams in his organization. Like, this dude is just doing it to make money. He don't give a shit. Like, I'm over here. I ain't charging you shit. Come be a part of it. You're going to get great coaching. Like, we win. Shit, we win more than anybody. It's not something that we brag about. Like I tell the coaches and the team that wanted to offer for my kid and another kid $50,000, I'm like, brother, you for what? You win an $8 ring. Yeah, it looks great, and the kids love the rings, but I'll buy you a fucking $8 ring if that's what you want because you're an organization. Like, what are we doing?
Those fucking lollipop rings.
Yeah, it's a joke, dude.
Hey, let me ask this.
AJ cop blocking, man. Man, let Junior go get that bag, man. Cut it out. AJ
fuck that. Fuck that. Make him earn it.
Yeah. Nah, I'm teaching. Listen, we might. I came from no money, but guess what? We might have. I got money now. My kids ain't got shit. I got it, but guess what? They're growing up like we ain't got shit. Like I don't. Guys, if they don't work their ass off, I don't buy shit. We ain't.
Let me ask y'all a question. All of us are pretty good high school players. The most transformational process that I ever went through was the first off season of mat drills. Like the mental
first
toughness.
Off season of college?
Dog, man, when that January, February hit and you went through mat drills,
Dirty dozens.
You grew up. Like you had to become something that you ain't think you could ever be, dog. Because it's dog. Mat drills down to make you quit football.
Terrible.
Shit, my first day
we
in
had
Alabama.
dirty dozens, bro. We had to run like hour-long drills, and then we would all line up by class, and all the coaches would have flags, and we would run 40 yards, and if you didn't run full speed, they'd throw a flag and be like, McChesney didn't finish the line, and everybody looks at you like, we're going to fucking murder you if you don't run through the line. That one didn't count. We would do like 40 sprints in one morning. People would be falling out and dying and shit, but we were tough as fuck. Our teams were tough as shit, I'll tell you that.
At Alabama, we did the same thing. My first day, we were scheduled to run 16 110s. All right. Skills had to make it in 14 seconds. Mid skills had to make it in 15 seconds. And then bigs had to make it in 17. We were supposed to run 16. We ran 36 on my first day at Alabama.
I've been out there, dog.
You had a decision to make. Hey, are you going to fucking drop your nuts and be a man? Or is this for you or it ain't for you? After you just went through this glorious recruiting process and all this, they didn't tell you about this shit.
Nope.
And you running it out in 110 heat. And the last one we went through, we had a cornerback from Florida, Chris Rogers. Motherfucker falls out face first. When I was coming out on the field, we had 2 medic trucks out there. And I'm like, damn, we got medic trucks out here? Like, what are we about to do? They put his ass on a stretcher at the end of it. When we ran the last one, he fell face first. He went to DCH, which is the local hospital in Tuscaloosa. His ass was back the next day running 110s again.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what it taught you? You know what it taught you? That you had never reached your limit yet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like it taught you that you could go harder. You could run longer. Like what you thought was tired was mentally weakness, mental weakness.
It's the mental toughness part.
Absolutely.
Right? That's what made us different than anybody else.
Look, the fact of the matter is the difference between generations right now, Coach JB can attest to this big time, guaranteed. Back in the day, we look at this now as old heads and go, man, that sucked. Ha, ha, ha. We got through it. No one died. At least I don't think so. And it was terrible, but it was a badge of honor, and it was almost like you have to do this in order to get to where you want to go. That's just the way it was. Now, if some shit like that went down, because they just don't do it anymore, okay? You can't do it. You can't coach like that anymore. You can't run people like that anymore. What's the first thing that would happen? One of these fucking pussy-ass kids would go in the locker room and get on their phone and go, Coach, we only had 15 on the list, and Coach made us run 3,400s today, and I don't think it's fair. And then the entire fucking world would rally behind him, and you'd have protests and all this other bullshit, and the coach would get fired for running fucking sprints. So I mean, that's another problem. Is there's too much access to the ability to complain.
Hey, I know y'all remember in college, the compliance team would come in and say, hey, if you have a complaint and you're working too many hours, or they have you here, like, you can fill this out, this sheet, go to the website. Like, all 5 years ain't nobody filling that shit out.
Not one time.
It's going to get back, and then you're going to get your ass beat. Like, now,
we're not going to tell the coaches.
Can you imagine how many compliance fucking anonymous emails they're getting? Like, we're working too hard. The coach yelled
They
at
don't
me,
even have to be anonymous anymore. They go in as a group, and they're like, we came together as a team, and we just decided that the strength coach is just too hard on us, and we don't want to run that far, so we're not going to.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, and that's a whole nother discussion. But let me ask you this, probably be the last topic. Matt, your guy, my guy. I know Matt a long time. Matt Rule, basically on the state of college football, he said, I quote, I think there's this narrative out there that college football is broken, and college football, in my opinion, is as great as it's ever been, end quote. Where are you at with this? Let's start with AJ. Matt Rule's trying to save face in Nebraska. He used to former Blue Blood, obviously. A very good program back in the day, as scary as any. Matt used to go against them. That's the hated one for them. A lot of California kids would go to Nebraska, Colorado, and Oklahoma at that time when it was Big 8, and then it became Big 12. Where are you at with Matt's take here, AJ? You agree, disagree? Where are you at?
Yeah, he didn't help himself out, because if they don't win, guess what? They're going to use this as evidence on why you should have won, because you just stuck your damn foot in your mouth. Like,
true.
That's a lie, because you know damn well there's too many. There was an SEC team that was in the red, that operated in the red in football this year, because they don't have the money. Like, what are we talking about? Matt and King, like, have y'all ever heard of a SEC school ever being in the red in football during your lifetime, like, until recently? Like, that's unheard of, and that is an issue. And if we don't think that's an issue, then we got real problems as a fucking society, as NCAA. Like, that is a major issue. And listen, it is a shit show, but Matt might just be trying to say, hey, this shit ain't for me anymore. I'm going to say whatever I can. When we lose, they got to fire me and pay me, and I'm out. I'm going to go back to being a damn analyst again. I don't agree with this at all.
Matt
Rule been at Nebraska for 38 games. He's 19-19 overall, 10-17 in the Big Ten.
It's going great, though, Sean. This is the best college ever been.
I mean, you're at Nebraska, where you still sell out every stadium or game. You still have, this aura around you that you're like, I think there's an aura around Nebraska like we used to, like SC has now. Like, we still think we're a blue blood. Like I don't think they realize, like, this is not what it was. They haven't done anything. They thought Scott Frost was going to save the day after going undefeated at UCF, and he goes in there and does the same thing that this guy's doing now. And I like Matt, and he's a good dude, but damn, like, Nebraska is just not what they are. This is, to AJ's point, this is putting your foot in your mouth, Sean. I don't know if you can recover from this if you don't win.
There's a reason the volleyball team plays inside the football stadium.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, listen.
Come on.
Sometimes you gotta know who you are, man. Like, Nebraska should still be running the motherfucking option, baby. That's what they can recruit from their backyard. H-backs, linemen. Be Navy, be Army. Like, when they tried to modernize, like, their program, you can't get enough of them guys there.
They got to go back to Crouch days.
Hey, listen, dog. Think about this. If Nebraska had never changed from what made them great, they would be an 8-win team a year. Just because teams don't want to have to deal with that. That's why anytime you get an academy or somebody to run the option on your schedule, like, for those in the chat, you start practicing for that shit in the summer before the season.
Oh, of course.
Like,
Army,
week
Navy,
one, if you got an automatic win week one of them days of practice be against a fucking option you got to play in week 4.
Yep.
Like, Nebraska be 8-win team if they just had never changed.
And you know what happened is that I think they're still reaping the curse of letting Frank Solis go, another really good friend of mine, good coach. 10 games, they let him go. It wasn't good enough after the, you know, the Osborne era. And then you go get, you know, Pelini. He goes and wins 9 and 10. Let him go. And that wasn't good enough. And you haven't repeated that since. And I still think that's the curse they're dealing with right now. So, like, I think that Nebraska has a false illusion or an illusion that they're still Nebraska and they're the black shirts and that you can't get up in the weight room upstairs until you fucking equal this. And I'm like, dude, that ain't Nebraska no more. These kids don't give a shit. If they can't get up there, but guess what they're doing now? Transferring. Like, it's a totally different world. I don't know. But let me transition to some NFL real quick. Sean McVay provides an update on Aaron Donald. Take a look at this, Sean, because McVay kind of alluding to some things, because I want to transition this to your guy, V, who they think may be a Ram as well. That's going to be crazy. But go ahead and listen to Sean McVay real quick.
Have you had any recent conversations with him?
You know, I knew you'd be the one to answer this, Gary. I have had conversations with him.
And what?
That's it.
What,
there's no. Here's what I'll tell you. You know, we've kept in contact. He's feeling good. His training is going really well, but no new news on the front of like any imminent decision on whether he's going to play or not.
And is he using the Rams facility for some of that?
He should have just pleaded the fifth, like fucking Fauci did 111 times. Via V though, Sean, is obviously disgruntled like your boy Baker Mayfield is in Tampa, and they're saying that he could be a Ram as well. What's up? What's going on in Tampa, Sean? Because your boy Baker's throwing him under the bus. He's hot at Tampa. Via V talking about he's not practicing. Todd Bowles seems a little bit out of touch with his team here. Where are you at with this?
So anytime I see an NFL team that has decided for whatever reason they're not extending like they're really good players, I always think that it's a cash flow issue. Because, see, I don't think what the public knows is when they sign these big deals, like what did Jalen Carter just for 152 or something? Like with 90 guaranteed, 60
and
up
Jordan
front.
Davis
Like,
last year.
They got to write that check right then. And even though all these NFL teams are profitable, they have varying levels of cash flow. We saw it happen here with the Raiders.
Yep.
And so I be, and you know, the Glazers own Manchester United. They got like different. Anytime this kind of Vita Vea is a flat foot baller. Like, so anytime shit like this be going on, I be like, man, look, the team must be having some cash flow issues. There's no reason not to extend Vita Vea. Period.
The Rams are doing some shit the Dodgers are doing, though. They're manipulating the cap. They're manipulating things, getting shit done. I mean, I don't know. It seems to me like they're trying to take a motto out of our other LA team here at the Dodgers and just say, well, I don't know. Like, it's all the same until it's not, right? Like you just said. Like, I don't know. It's
like the whole thing with Fernando Mendoza here was his agent was trying to get almost the entire deal up front, and I don't think the Raiders had the cash flow to do it.
I can go ahead and tell you from experience they don't, because when I was out there and I ended up getting cut because Grew called me and we had been talking for weeks. Me and Gruden still close to this day. He was like, hey, I want you to renegotiate your contract, take a little pay cut, but then I'll bump you on the signing bonus part of it so it doesn't hit our cap and everything. And I was like, hey, I'm not taking a pay cut. I earned that money. Like, I appreciate it. But they were working out a deal with Derek Carr at that time. Derek ends up signing during the year, but they didn't have the money to pay him. Mm-hmm. So he collected interest on that money. So they basically broke up his signing bonus. Like, I can't remember, just say 50 million signing bonus. So they gave him like 20 right then that day because that's all they had. And then they paid him in increments throughout the year. But he had to have interest on top of that. So that was part of his contract to like work out because they didn't have the money. I mean, Mark Davis did not have the money, and all of his money is in the equity of the team and how much the team is worth.
The valuation of the team.
The value of the team. So like, there's a lot of organizations that have it like this that people don't realize. And they're like, oh, well, these are billionaires, blah, blah, blah. Like, nah, you think their money's just sitting in a local bank? Like, nah, their shit's in all different kinds of things. And guess what? They can't just pull everything out at one time. So, like, there's a lot behind the scenes that people don't understand when it comes to these contracts. But I'm with you. I I mean, something's going on where they ain't got the money or something right up front.
Because otherwise, why wouldn't you extend Vita and Baker?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know we went 0-7 down the stretch and Baker played like shit, but if you move on from Baker, where you going? We ain't got no heir apparent sitting behind Baker.
That's why, to me, though, if you don't sign him, though, you're kind of saying, well, this ain't the guy we're going to build our roster around. You got rid of Levante David. If you don't sign your biggest wideout, like let's just say, even though Mike Evans is on the other side, if you don't give your guy the guy you think, you're not letting Jamar Chase and T. Higgins go if you're in Cincinnati for Joe Burrow. So, like, to me, it tells me right there, I'm not going to give this guy the weapons that he needs. He's not my guy. Like, isn't that pretty evident?
I think it's cash flow because they got a major renovation going at Raymond James. And I just think it's a cash flow issue.
I'm with you, JB, though. I think there's something more to it. I could see, what Smitty's talking about from King's talking about from a sense of, not having cash flow and everything.
He's black.
Are you saying all black brothers look alike? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Are you saying racist?
That's my fault.
On the show,
that team of Raw.
Is this
hey,
the
I had to give my boy Smitty a shout out.
He gave his Smitty a shot. Smitty said that last week.
Yeah, hey, but he was talking about it the other day. But I think what King's talking about, like, I could see both sides of it, but I for sure think that Tampa is not bought into Baker, which is crazy. Like, I still think Baker, listen, is he a top 10 guy in this league? Probably questionable, but I mean, he's done the work. He's worked his ass off. He's put you in position to be successful. Like, you got to pay him. And if you're not going to pay him, then, I mean, that's the dirty part of the business and it sucks. But I'm with Baker on this one, like, holding out. Hey, he set a deadline. You didn't meet it. It is what it is. Like,
hey, have y'all seen that Netflix? Shout out to Peyton Manning. Goddamn, Peyton Manning production company is everywhere. Have y'all seen that Netflix special where they're following Cam Ward and Joe Flacco and Baker Mayfield? Oh, man, it is.
No, I don't watch Netflix.
This shit's unbelievable, AJ.
I'm suing
the amount of shit. Hey, the amount of shit talking.
I can't watch Netflix.
These modern quarterbacks do now because they can't get hit is unbelievable. Like, I'm watching this, and I'm watching it with some guys, and they were like, "Did you talk shit like that?" I was like, "The NFL I played in, they could hit you."
Yeah.
Like,
last thing I watched on Netflix, John, I watched a scary movie. It was really good. It was like nine episodes of it, and I was watching it, and it was great. And I watched all the way to the 9th episode, and then the main killer, the witch that was killing everybody, come to find out the motherfucker was gay, transgender. The witch was a transgender at the very last episode. I said, I'll never watch fucking Netflix again. I'll never watch fucking Netflix again. I know that's your favorite streaming platform, but I'll never watch that shit again.
Hey, have y'all seen Obsession?
Who?
Obsession? Yeah.
So
AJ got a wife though. You gotta watch that shit. I don't watch that shit. See, Sean, you watch that shit. Sean, you sit there glossy and watch that type of shit. Huh? You don't have the gloss on today, so it's very interesting. Before we leave, Caleb Williams, John, he basically said he lost 10-15 pounds this offseason with better eating and sleeping habits, and he feels he's able to move smoother and faster as a result. Where you at with his maturation? Is he going to take a next step, or do you see him hitting a wall here like as he enters year 3?
See, this is interesting because I've always had Caleb and Baker Mayfield kind of in the same box, and that I think you get the best version of them when their backs against the wall, and then the more success they have, they get a little too reckless and start moving away from their fundamentals. So this is going to be an interesting year for me with Caleb because the things that made him box office last year are not sustainable. Like, if you think you can play a bad 3 quarters and all of a sudden in the 4th quarter run around, make 3 people miss, roll to the right, throw a ball back to the other numbers, and it just missed the fingertips of 3 defenders, that is not sustainable quarterback play.
Kyler Murray learned. Right? That's Kyler Murray's.
Yep.
AJ, this is what I had to say. The poll question today was, did Tampa just create a distracted quarterback by making Baker prove himself again? That's where I'm at with Caleb Williams.
I think they got to focus Baker.
Yeah, I think
like
they're on 2 different. Baker's been through this process so many times. Like, I think he's a pro about it. And like he said, hey, I'm setting a deadline. I'm letting the team know I'm focused on playing and having success with these dudes and our season. Caleb's he's still young, so he hasn't been through any of this. Like that can easily be a distraction for a younger player. But listen, I mean, the eating habits, it's crazy how much of a difference that makes for you. I mean, Stafford changed his eating habits when he, found out from the diabetes standpoint and all that. And like he had to change, and it helped. He's said it multiple times. It's prolonged his career. So it'll be interesting, but I'm with King. Like, I don't think his play is sustainable for success over a long period of time, just because you're not going to have that good of a defense each and every year. And you got to be able to take care of the football. And there's one thing that he struggles with is taking care of the football. He has too many stupid turnovers. And I mean, every time you turn the ball over in the NFL, it's 3.5 points. Like it's just from an analytical standpoint, it's guaranteed 3.5 points. You can go ahead and mark it down. So you turn the ball over twice in the NFL, guess what? That's ball game. I mean, that's a touchdown.
I got a prediction, y'all. Caleb Williams will lead the NFL in turnovers next year. Because I forgot something. He was on the cover of Madden, and the Madden curse is real.
Like this. He's also on the cover of Manny Petty video. Manny Petty's new magazine that's out with Dan Orlovsky, the guy that took your job. So
right,
anyway,
it's to the family. Don't you got to go? It's 8:15.
Yeah. Why are you rushing? AJ, real quick, the Dynasty Pod is out. You guys can go catch the AJ and T-Rich on that, YouTube and on X and Instagram and everywhere else. Follow AJ. So, AJ, what are you doing now off season?
Shit, I'm trying to figure out free agency. I got a bunch of dudes that players, really good players, I think, hit me up like, hey, we want to get signed. We want to come play for you. So that opens actually today. I'm getting in touch with the league, just saying, hey, how does this process work? Because it's all still so new for everybody. But other than that,
when are you flying Pavia in?
Nah, that ain't happening. Hey,
AJ, I'm available to be a director of player personnel, dog, because I can do that from Vegas. You just send me the tape, all the guys. I'll do the evals. I'll tell y'all who we need to go get.
Sumlin's not really high on your evaluation.
I didn't ask Sumlin for a job. I'm asking AJ.
I'm saying, but AJ talks to Sumlin. They sit there, they drink. Sumlin gets fucked up with AJ. So I'm just saying, he listens to some. He's in the same league. They're at the same level, Sean. Like right now, you're just a betting guy at a cigar lounge. They don't.
Gee, listen. I hope the league. It's one thing I've begged for during the season. I hope they at least allow us to bring more guys in for our staffs, because I was the GM, the front office, Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil, Dr. Dre. I mean, everything you can think of for the organization. I'm like, gosh, damn, I can't even install the offense as much as I want. So hopefully we bring in more help. But listen,
keep me in mind, dog. Keep me in mind.
I got you.
We got your back, way back. So anyway, listen, man, it's been a great show. Appreciate you guys joining us, and we'll see you Monday. We'll be back Monday. Hopefully, AJ is ready to go. What are we, 6 weeks away? We'll get AJ on once a week with Braden Fajoko. We're gonna get a Gruden appearance. We're gonna get a couple other guys during the regular season, former players.
Hey, Bailey, can you do us a favor? Can you check on Matt? Like,
no,
sure
his phone died.
Break in or something.
His phone died. His phone died.
Matt said, "Fuck it, I'm out."
His phone died, and we had to balance out the white delegation, so make it more non-racist.
All right, y'all enjoy your weekend, man.
See you, fellas. Peace.
AJ, peace. Sean, peace. For Sean, Bailey, and Paris, everybody else, we'll see you on Monday for Merciless Monday. I got to get to a funeral for my boy Parker, man. Shout out to him and his family. I'll be out there for that. And then we'll see you guys Monday, man, for Merciless Monday. Much love. See you guys later. Peace.